your Lumberjacks on the air tonight in game number 2 of their season. As, of course, they're going to take on this 4A Bonners Ferry Badgers team here tonight for some non-league action. Setting up to be a pretty nice evening. It is a little bit warm, currently about 91 degrees outside and sunny skies. It's going to be about 82 degrees at kickoff, and then it'll cool down off through the night, but it's going to be kind of a warm one. So conditioning is going to play a factor in tonight's matchup, possibly. Whichever team can stay the freshest might have a slight advantage here. Lumberjacks just came out onto the field. They are down in the north end zone getting ready to do their warm-ups. You've got Bonners Ferry Badgers. They are still in their warm-up clothes. They're not dressed yet in their pads and everything. They're down there warming up in the south end zone and getting ready for the game tonight themselves. So should be a good one. Bonners Ferry and St. Maries, they go back quite a ways. Lots of matchups against each other, and they have a history of having some pretty good games. There's been a few blowouts here and there between both squads on each side. So we just don't know what kind of a matchup we're going to get tonight, but we're here to find out. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more of the Paul Apps #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff right here from Bonners Ferry High School. At this is, I can't see the sign, so the field does have a name. We are up in a booth here tonight as first time in the several years that we've been coming up here that we actually get a booth spot, which is kind of nice. But anyways, like I said, we'll come back after this break with our coach's interview.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1FCU. With our exclusive high school and college design, you can represent your school with pride. Join the P1FCU Mascot Madness. Visit P1FCU.org to see all our designs. P1FCU, Pacific Northwest Original, 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You can call Andy's Arbor Recycling. Andy's Arbor Recycling specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor Recycling also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Recycling. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Cycling.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you ready to turn your dream space into a reality? Look no further than Construction Solutions, your trusted partner in residential and commercial construction. From concept to completion, we've got you covered. At Construction Solutions, we specialize in site development with top-notch excavation services, ensuring a solid foundation for your project. Our experienced team is dedicated to delivering quality craftsmanship and exceeding your expectations. Opportunity awaits with Construction Solutions. Whether it's your dream home or a thriving business space, we're here to make it happen. Call us now at 208-582-3305 and let's build your future together. Construction Solutions, where excellence meets opportunity. Visit our website at constructionbylozano.com. That's constructionbylozano.com.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when Why not tax pros get to do what they love the most? Help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
And we have head coach Greg Rouse as the Lumberjacks get set to take on the Bonners Ferry Badger, 2 of their season. But first off, you had game 1 last week, Coach. You guys played a larger school with the Sandpoint Bulldogs coming to St. Mary's. How did you feel that game went for you?
I thought it was a good game. What I looked for, the kids competed the whole time. No breaking point. They were, they kept fighting to the end. Obviously, that was they're a little better opponent, but that was part of the goal, is to start playing, harder teams, steel sharpens steel, right? Like I said before, and so we knew that was going to be a challenge. I would have liked to seen us put up 27. We got that touchdown called back. We got that fumble as we were heading in, a few things like that. So I think we should have had at least 27, take away a couple mistakes there. I think it would have been like a 27-40 kind of score would have been what I would have liked. But we were still able, we were a little slow starting, but then we came out of the half and, played really well, made some good adjustments. But, it's one of those things when, I wanted them to raise that bar and see what a higher level of competition is, and they got that. But what I wanted to see is that they didn't quit in it. They kept competing. They didn't physically beat us. We were making mistakes. The other thing that was kind of a variable is, we didn't get our jamboree in our first game, like that. They already had a game, so they got to work out that, the first game kind of jitters and mistakes you make. We didn't have, because we didn't have any live practice like that with the jamboree or game, then we were making a lot of first game mistakes, and they got a chance to clean it up. But overall, I like that we competed with them. They were impressed. Their coaches said they were really impressed with how tough we were and the fact that we competed the whole way through and all that. And they were happy in the sense that, the other schools, Timberlake, Bonners, Moscow, all refused to play them, and we did. And so they actually they sent me that next weekend, thank you, saying, hey, we appreciate you guys competing against us because now we can use it. So, good game. Would have liked a little better score, but, we'll get it cleaned up this week.
Yeah. I was really kind of reaching for trying to get questions for you for today, so as I was kind of rushing things, did any players in particular stand out for you in that first game?
Yeah, the guys that, they did really good. We saw some nice stuff, nice throws, nice catches. Did anybody singly stand out? I don't know if anybody sing, but, we saw some good stuff from our, receivers. Isaiah had some nice catches, which was good. I saw some nice stuff from Hayden, Julian, Brock. I mean, they were all getting after it. I mean, it was just clean. Gerard ran tough, up the middle and on the edge. So, Jack threw some nice balls. Made a couple mistakes, but that's expected in the beginning, like I said, but otherwise it was pretty good. Defensively, we made some nice tackles, but there's a lot we got to clean up. We're kind of young there. So.
We're talking with head coach Greg Rouse before the Lumberjacks take on the Badgers. We'll take a break and come back with more.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Got potholes.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Linker. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's an art, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries on Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's on Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is a place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
And we are back. We are in Bonners Ferry as the Lumberjacks are taking on the Badgers tonight. Another big school, only one up above us, though, so not quite as big of a step as Sandpoint. A familiar opponent, though, and I did go through. You guys have actually, I forgot what it was. You beat them the last 5 out of 6 times played. There was a couple years there you guys didn't play them. That was, I think, kind of during that COVID time. That really kind of messed up schedules. And had some pretty good success against the Badgers in the last 5-6 years. What do you know about the Badgers for this year?
One of the things with Bonners over the years is we played them, they always play tough. They're physical, tough. They've always got some big boys on the line. So don't expect anything less from them as far as doing that. They're in a transition too, and so they're actually making changes. So it could be, we got an idea because we've all had it, some first game, kind of thing. And so I think we kind of have an idea of what they're going to run. But because they're in that flux of new coach trying to, second year for them, trying to make some changes. So, you got to be ready for anything in that sense as far as expected. But they'll come out and compete. They're trying to get their legs under them. So I think they're always tough, in the first half, come out real strong. We'll see how they hold into the second half and, how we perform. Do we clean up our mistakes?
What would you say is one of the aspects of their game that maybe you see as a strength that, I'm not going to say worries you, but it was one of the things that maybe stands out that could give you trouble?
They're a power run team. That's what they're trying to establish right now. And so, they got big boys and they like to run the power I formation and drive the ball down, the middle of the field. And so, that's the thing. If we stop that, we're doing good.
What do you want to see out of the Lumberjacks tonight in their second game?
Well, I want to see us clean up the mistakes, right? It's the second game. We've had a week to work on. So I just want to see that we clean up the mistakes we were making in first game stuff and start really executing. If we click on all cylinders, I think the results will speak for themselves.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, and go Lumberjacks.
All right, go Jacks.
That's been our interview with head coach Greg Rouse. We'll take a break, come back with more of our pregame as we get ready for the Lumberjacks at the Bonners Ferry Badgers.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources.
After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Maries, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawa, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Maries. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Maries High School, pick up your copy of the St. Maries Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Maries Gazette Record, pick up a copy today. Tim Parrish back here in Bonners Ferry, Idaho, home of the Badgers. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kick off as your Lumberjacks get set to do battle with the Badgers of Bonners Ferry. Of course, I just said that about 5 times in a row. But both teams down, warming up. Looks like the Badgers getting ready to head back into the locker room to get suited up for the game. I think the Lumberjacks, a few minutes, probably about 10 more minutes, and they will head back to the locker room to get a quick, kind of like a quiet time, a reset, get themselves focused, and then they'll come back out for the rest of their warm-ups and stuff. They actually did their early outs already and everything, so the next stage will probably be going back to the locker room, like I said, getting just kind of refocused and some final instructions, maybe some starters, kind of lineups where you guys are going to be playing that are starting out here on whatever aspect they're playing, whatever side of the ball. And then, of course, coin toss, national anthem, and we'll be underway at about 7 o'clock. This is, again, the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. Taking a look at the 3A Central Idaho League, District 1 and 2. Of course, we are now the 3A League. We discussed it, kind of mentioned it a little bit last week and explained that they did away with the 1A D1, 1A D2. It is just 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A. So that effectively bumped everybody in that 2A up to 3A. And some of the numbers have changed a little bit too, so that kind of moved a few teams around. One of the big names for basketball, at least, that moved out of the classification for St. Mary's was Coal Valley Christian. They are actually moved up into the 4A classification now. So that's one of those tough teams that any of the teams have to worry about down south is Coal Valley, always a tough squad on the basketball court. But anyways, we are here. It is football season. Taking a look at the league standings, and these are in order of where they are in the standings. The Grangeville Bulldogs, they have a 1-0 record. They beat Timberlake last week in a nail-biter, 38-36. Timberlake was driving, about ready to go up by 2 scores, fumbled the ball at about the 10-yard line with 1:30 to go. Grangeville drove that ball 97 yards or so the other way, and in the final seconds, David Goakoa to Thane Williams, names to remember when we play Grangeville, got the touchdown and beat the Timberlake Tigers by 2 in Timberlake. The Bulldogs hosting Priest River tonight in league action, and they are right now 4th in the in the Max Preps Power Rankings. The Orofino Maniacs, they are 1-0. They beat Moscow JV in their first action 34-0. At first on their schedule, it showed nothing for this week, but I just seen some posts on Facebook from KLER Radio over in Orofino, and the Maniacs tonight hosting the 4A Payette Pirates. So that is where the Maniacs are doing tonight. Next game on the docket for them, it says, is the 20th. That'll be at Salmon. And actually, that puts one more week next week. They don't have a game, supposedly. So we'll wait and see what happens, because maybe they don't have everything showing up on their schedule. They are currently 21st in the Max Preps Power Rankings. The Priest River Spartans are adding action tonight for the first time this season. Like I said, they are going to be playing at Grangeville. They have no games under their belt, but they're still ranked 19th in the power rankings for Max Preps. Kellogg 0-1 on the season. They lost 43-0 to Moscow in their first game. They were off last week. They are at North Fremont tonight. They are 15th in the power rankings, and your Lumberjacks come into tonight's game with an 0-1 record, falling to Sandpoint last week at home, and they are here against Barnes Ferry tonight. Then next Friday, they will be on the road again, not quite as far as a trip, just going up to the Silver Valley. The Lumberjacks will be taking on league opponent, the Kellogg Wildcats. Taking a look at those polls and power rankings in the Idaho Sports Power Rankings, the top 5 is Declo, Ryrie, North Fremont, Aberdeen, and Grangeville. In the coaches poll, we've got Westside, Declo, North Fremont, Firth, and Ryrie. In the media polls, it's Westside, Declo, North Fremont, Aberdeen, and Firth. And in the Max Preps rankings, the top 5, Westside, Declo, North Fremont, Grangeville, and Nampa Christian. This has been a look at your 3A Central Idaho League standings and your polls and power rankings. We'll take a break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff live from Bonners Ferry.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Maries.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Maries, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack!
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, blocks, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Maries.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255.
Fall is coming, and of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feeds in St. Maries today.
It's the kid in grade school who paints their face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Tim Parrish back here at Bonners Ferry High School as the Lumberjacks get set to take on the Badgers of Bonners Ferry. We are at Kenny Mendenhall Stadium and the home of the Badgers. The Lumberjacks finishing up their warm-ups on the north end zone. And this is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. We're going to take a look around the Benoit County in sports. Actually, it's Benoit County and Kootenai County, a couple of the other schools that are close to us. I'd like to give them a little bit of attention in our games here for our pregame. The Lakeside Knights over in Plummer, their volleyball squad, if I have this written down correctly, they are 1-0 in league play, 2-0 overall, and they will be at Kootenai on the 10th of this month. Their football team, 2-0 on the season, 2-0 in league play. They beat Clark Fork 54-6 last week. It looks like they have a bye this week, and they will be hosting Wallace on the 13th. The Kootenai Warriors, their volleyball team is 1-1 in league play, 2-2 overall. They lost to Wallace 3-0 in their last action. I did not mark down where they are playing next. I do not know why I did not do that, but I did not put down where Wallace is going to be playing there, or Kootenai is going to be playing next. In any case, that's a look around the county in high school sports, or around the area in high school sports. We'll take another quick break, come back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff.
St. Maries Realty is a St. Maries icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Maries Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Maries Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Maries.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Maries. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Maries.
Tim Parrish here at Kenny Mendenhall Stadium in Bonners Ferry, where your Lumberjacks get set to take on the Badgers. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. We want to let everybody know, don't forget, tomorrow, Span of Benoit County is having their 5th annual Suicide Prevention and Awareness Run, Walk, and Remember. Check-in starts at 8:30. The walk starts at 10 a.m. They'll have a block party after the walk. The Elks Lodge is where this will be held this year. I'm not going to worry about giving you the pre-register link. There'll be vendors, coffee, booths, and raffles, breakfast by Taco Bout It, lunch by the Elks, and Veterans Outreach. And they'd like to thank their sponsors, KOFE AM 1240, the Veterans Outreach Center of Benoit County, the St. Mary's Elks Lodge 1418, the Fernwood Mercantile, Ryan's Dollar Depot, Hindsight Photography, KNRH Printing and Designs, Heritage Health, Gateway Financial Partners, Potlatch Deltic, and Archie's IGA. If you have questions, you can contact them at spanbenoit@gmail.com or on their Facebook page. Another event being put on by Span of Benoit County, September the 18th, 6 p.m. at the Elks Lodge. It's going to be a Kids, Phones, and Social Media, What You Need to Know. This is presented by Holly Joe Shea, and this is part of a Mental Wellness for Families series. So mark that down on your calendar. Back to the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip off. Both teams back in their locker rooms, getting their final work in, 20 minutes roughly until the opening ceremonies. Taking a look at the Lumberjack statistics from last week. The Lumberjacks scored 14 points last week against a tough Sandpoint team. The Lumberjacks put up 270 total yards, 194 yards passing, 76 yards on the ground. St. Mary's had 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost, 2 interceptions, 36% on third down conversions. St. Mary's did not complete a fourth down conversion. I think they were 1 of 2 on their fourth down conversions. Let's see here, and that is about it as far as those numbers are concerned. Offensive leaders last week, quarterback Jack Barta, he was 10 of 21, 194 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times. Brock Barta was the leader in the run game, and he is a wingback / wide receiver. He had 6 carries for 56 yards. He had a 39-yard long run for his long one last week. Isaiah Gustav led the team in receiving, 3 receptions, 69 yards and a touchdown. Julian Grimaldo, he had 3 receptions for 56 yards last week. On the defensive side, St. Mary's a tough outing. See if they can get those numbers to drop down. If they can keep the score, if they can keep the Bonners Ferry points low on the scoreboard, they could really help their average once we start getting into the season. But right now, St. Mary's allowed 54 points last week. Again, that's a 5A school. Sandpoint had 385 total yards, 194 passing, 184 rushing. Sandpoint was 33% on their fourth down conversions, or on their third down conversions, and 100% on their fourth down conversions. They forced 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions. St. Mary's was -4 in the turnover battle. The Lumberjacks did not get to the quarterback either against Sandpoint. Defensive leaders, though, for the Lumberjacks, junior Aiden Yearout had 5 tackles. Junior Amato Stewart had 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and Hayden DeFort Sr. had 3 tackles for the Lumberjacks. We'll take a quick break and come back with more from Kenny Mendenhall Stadium here in Bonners Ferry.
When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Mary's, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Mary's. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks & Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks & Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Mary's, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1,000,000 in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks & Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks & Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks & Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Mary's. You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's. Tim Parrish back here in Bonners Ferry, Idaho. We are at Kenny Mendenhall Stadium, home of the Badgers, where your Lumberjacks are doing battle tonight in a non-league matchup. This is the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kick off. The Lumberjacks last week, they faced a tough, large school opponent with the Sandpoint Bulldogs coming into St. Mary's.
despite some early season mistakes, the potential for the 2024 Lumberjacks is pretty high, I think. I think this team has the ability to be something good, and I have a feeling, I'm hoping that they're being kind of underlooked at the moment. I got to give a little bit of a jab to the Idaho sports guys, Brandon Bainey and Ryan Skaggs. Grangeville is a very good team. They look to be pretty tough this year. Idaho sports guys are already kind of making it sound like they think Grangeville is going to be the district champion, I guess you could call it, league champ this year, that number one seed out of the Central Idaho League. And I mean, they are the favorite this year through the coaches polls and stuff like that. So let's see if St. Mary's can make some noise this year and knock the Bulldogs out of that spot and make a little bit of noise themselves leading up to that matchup. We got about 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks before the Lumberjacks have to travel up to Grangeville to take on the Bulldogs. So see if these Lumberjacks can kind of make a little bit of a name for themselves and get their name in the running, maybe to give the Grangeville Bulldogs a little run for their money later in the season. I think St. Mary's, if they start to come together and get the mistake cut, I think they can be a force to be reckoned with this year. They are, despite the 2 interceptions, Jack Barta looked very well improved as opposed to last year. His accuracy seems to be a lot better. His decision making a little bit better, quite a bit better. He did make one mistake last week, throwing the ball back across his body into the middle of the field, led to one of those interceptions. He learned from that, though. He had a couple of more instances later in the game where he threw that ball out of bounds afterwards. So, you know, he's a smart kid, and I think he's got a pretty good football IQ. So I don't expect to see him make too many mistakes more than once, you know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Both of the Barta boys, what they lack for in height, they are definitely, you can tell they're working out and hitting that weight room, because those kids look pretty darn strong. They're making up for it in strength, I think. The receiving core looked pretty good as well. They look to be running pretty good routes, getting open a few times against a pretty good Sandpoint team. And then the pass defense. So the run game needs a little bit of work, maybe. They only got about 76 yards last week. I'm sure Coach Rouse would like to see that in the 100, 120 range. And then the pass defense, not too bad. The defensive backs were almost always in the right position. But Sandpoint had some taller guys and a pretty good quarterback themselves. So that makes things a little more difficult, too, when we got to defend some tough guys on the receiving side of things. But we'll see what the Lumberjacks can do tonight. There wasn't a lot of pre-snap penalty issues last night. There was a few, or last week, there was a few of them. But last week, that was one of the things Coach Rouse was having a hard time with. I think we were averaging 14 penalties a game sometimes. I mean, we were having a lot of false starts, offside, stuff like that. They easily avoidable, you know, the mental mistakes, I guess you could say. And they did fairly well against that in game one, which is a surprise. Usually game one is the one where you see that the most. So we'll see how that improves tonight as well. A lot of the stuff was early season mistakes, and there's a lot of early season correctable mistakes. So really looking forward to see how the second game will go for our Lumberjacks. We'll take another quick break as we get set for the Lumberjacks taking on the Badgers, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1FCU. With our exclusive high school and college designs, you can represent your school with pride. To join the P1FCU Mascot Madness, visit P1FCU.org to see all our designs. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938, insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor Recycling. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
Tim Parrish back here at Kenny Mendenhall Stadium in Bonners Ferry. 10 minutes till opening ceremony as your Lumberjacks head back out on the field. Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff as the Lumberjacks taking on the Badgers here tonight in Bonners Ferry. Taking a look at the Bonners Ferry Badgers, they are in the 4A Intermountain League right now, 0-2 on the season, and they have not played any league games yet. 15th in the Max Preps rankings, though, despite that 0-2 start. Their last game was a loss, 39-6 to Lincoln County, Montana. Their first loss of the season was to the bigger Lakeland Hawks. Last year, the Badgers were 3-6, 0-1 in league play. Their head coach is Danny Swift, and it is his second season as the head coach of the Badgers. Returning players, some key returners for the Badgers to watch out for tonight: quarterback and senior Brody Rice. Senior McKean Loretto, he is a offensive lineman. Saleh Abubakari, a junior, tight end and defensive end. Kai Aiken, a junior offensive lineman. Logan Thorne, a senior defensive lineman. Shiloh Berry, a senior defensive lineman. Conrad Hyatt, a senior running back / linebacker. And Taylor Dodd, a sophomore offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Those are the key returners for the Badgers. A couple of lost players last year that they're going to miss this year: Trey Bateman, Matt Troutlauer, Dakota Heller, and Colton Root. Some incoming players to look for their names here tonight that could make an impact: Alex Stoley, he's a sophomore, plays quarterback, wide receiver, and safety. Jacob Solt, a sophomore, he's a running back and a linebacker. And James Morgan, he is a junior tight end and defensive end. Taking a look at some early stats here for the Badgers. They've got 2 games under their belt. Their quarterback, we said they do a lot of running, and it kind of shows with these stats. 13-24 is Brody Rice. I think it's Brody Rice, right? I want to make sure. Brody Rice, he is 13-24 on the season, 124 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. On the ground game, they have a total of 170 yards in 2 games, so averaging just over about 70, 80 yards per game on the ground. And they have a leading running back is Conrad Hyatt, who has 111 yards through 2 games, and he has scored 1 touchdown on the season. On the receiving side of things, you got Higgins with 32 yards on the season with 2 receptions, and then you've got Solt with 4 receptions for 29 yards, Abubakari with 3 receptions for 28 yards, and Stoley with 1 reception for 20 yards. Defensive side of things, everybody just about has 2 tackles all the way down their list. 4 tackles, 7, 8, 11 tackles for number 8. That is, I'm trying to get a first name, Keenan Moss. He's a linebacker with 11 total tackles on the season. And then you've got a junior in Derek Vincent, who has 11 tackles on the season for the Badgers so far in 2 games. The Badgers in 2 games have 2 sacks as well. So that's a quick look at their stats. The Badgers, they're coming off an up and down season last year. They have not had the start that they'd like to have. Like I said, they've started out 0-2. They lost their first 2 games against what I believe I know the Lakeland Hawks is bigger. I don't know about the Lincoln County, Montana team. Tonight, the Badgers will see how they stack up against a slightly smaller school with the Lumberjacks. St. Maries, always tough, though. The Badgers can't overlook the Jacks tonight. St. Maries has won 5 out of the last 6 meetings. The Badgers beat the Jacks in the 22-23 season, 46-14, and they also beat the Badgers last year. Or the Badgers beat St. Maries 46-14 last year, the year before. And St. Mary's won last year 28-0 in St. Mary's. I believe that was homecoming night. The Badgers, like I've said, look to be a run-heavy team that has a couple of key playmakers that they do like to try to get involved early. The Lumberjacks are going to be looking to bounce back tonight after a tough opening night loss last week to the Sandpoint Bulldogs. The run defense of the Lumberjacks will be tested pretty good tonight. We'll see how they respond to that. But St. Mary's, the defense, especially the secondary, can't be lulled to sleep by the fact that the Badgers like to run the ball. They've got to stay aware. They've got to stay awake in that secondary and not bite on the play fakes, as the Badgers do like to throw a couple of screen plays out of the backfield. And I'm sure they'll go deep on occasion as well. So you just cannot be sitting there thinking that every play is going to be a run play if you're St. Mary's. But I think we're in for probably a pretty good game tonight. We'll see what happens. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with a look at the sports schedules that are coming up.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you ready to turn your dream space into a reality? Look no further than Construction Solutions, your trusted partner in residential and commercial construction. From concept to completion, we've got you covered. At Construction Solutions, we specialize in site development with top-notch excavation services, ensuring a solid foundation for your project. Our experienced team is dedicated to delivering quality craftsmanship and exceeding your expectations. Opportunity awaits with Construction Solutions. Whether it's your dream home or a thriving business space, we're here to make it happen. Call us now at 208-582-3305 and let's build your future together. Construction Solutions, where excellence meets opportunity. Visit our website at constructionbylozano.com. That's constructionbylozano.com.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Got potholes.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With surfaces like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job, Blinker. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in park, right?
And we are back. Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to tip-off. Just under 2 minutes until things get going. Lumberjacks down on their sideline. Badgers just now coming to their sideline. And take a quick look at the schedule. Soccer boys, they are 0-2 on the season. 0-2 in league play. They lost 17-0 at Coeur d'Alene Charter on Wednesday. And they are going to be up here in Bonners Ferry tomorrow. They play, I believe, at noon. The girls, 1-2 on the season, 1-2 in league play, lost to Coeur d'Alene Charter 6-0 on Wednesday, and they'll be up here in Bonners Ferry playing at noon tomorrow. Volleyball girls, 0-2 in league play, 1-2 in their overall record. They lost at Kellogg last night in 3 sets, and they are at the Judy Fong tournament this Saturday in Lewiston. On to the college and pro side of things, the Vandals 0-1, lost 24-14 at the Oregon Ducks last Saturday. They will be at Wyoming tomorrow. That game scheduled for a 12:30 kickoff. Boise State beat Georgia Southern on Saturday of last week, 56-35. They will be at Oregon this Saturday at 7 p.m. This Sunday, the Seahawks kick off their season. They'll be hosting the Broncos. That is scheduled for a 1:05 kickoff. We should have that game on the air for you. The Seattle Kraken, they don't play their first game preseason until the 22nd. They will be hosting the Calgary Flames. So that's a look at your schedules. That is your Paul App's #1 Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff here from Bonners Ferry. We will take a break, come back with the coin toss and the starting lineups if we decide to give those starting lineups.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Maries community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Maries Sun Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Sun Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course for safety and training information. See your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler drops in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is a place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
And we are back. National Anthem just wrapping up. I think we'll have starting lineups and then the coin flip. So we'll try to mark down your starters for the Badgers. So they're going to announce the Badger starting defense. Lumberjacks, of course, as always, don't announce a starting lineup. They just get announced as a team. So we'll do the starters for the Badgers. This is the Badgers' starting defensive lineup. So we will give you the starters for offense for the Lumberjacks. So the first starter, a middle linebacker, is a senior, Alex Taylor. The next starter at strong safety is going to be a sophomore. It is number 1, Cooper Higgins. The next starter is number 3, Spyro Petras. He's a defensive back and a junior. The next starter is number 9. He's a sophomore, Alex Stoley. Next starter is defensive end, number 10, Sule Abubakari. Starting at defensive end, 165-pound junior for the Badgers, Derek Vincent. Then a senior starting at cornerback, number 16, Brody Rice. Starting at linebacker, a 190-pound sophomore, number 22, Jake Solt. Starting at cornerback, 135-pound senior, Bradley Bennett. Starting at defensive end, number 57, a sophomore, Taylor Dodd. And the number 77, I don't have a 77 on my Badgers roster. I don't have a 77 on any of my rosters, but he is another defensive end. Starting for Lumberjack on offense, we should see the senior at wide receiver, number 4, Julian Grimaldo, at wingback. The next starter on offense for the Lumberjacks, a junior at wingback, number 7, Brock Barta. At quarterback, junior Jack Barta. Wide receiver, senior Hayden DeFort, number 22. Number 24 at running back, it was the senior Gerard Dittman. On the offensive line, you've got the junior Russell Brousseau. At center, it is Jason Thompson. At offensive line, junior Tatham Prayer. Junior offensive lineman Kyle Smith. And senior offensive lineman John Keneally. The captains for the Badgers out there is number 16, that's Brody Rice. Number 8, Keenan Moss. Number 50, it does look like, maybe not. I got to see. I don't have a 50 on either of my rosters for the Badgers. Let me check my other roster. That's a number 50, but I do not have him. And number 12, Derek Vincent. For the Lumberjacks, it looks like we've got Gerard Dittman out there as a captain. Jack Barta as a captain. Number, it's hard to see him on the other side there of everybody. Looks like the 58 of Russell Brousseau. The coin toss is up. It looks like the Lumberjacks may have won it. 23 is Aiden Yearout, the other captain. So the Lumberjacks have won the coin toss, it looks like, and they will defer to the second half, so they'll go on defense first. Lumberjacks will defend the south goal. They will be going right to left on your radio dial. St. Mary's in their road white jerseys with green numbers outlined in gold and black pants. The Badgers, their third home game in a row, they are in their blue pants, blue jerseys. They've got white numbers and some white accents on their jerseys. And we're about ready to get things rolling here from Bonners Ferry High School, Kenny Mendenhall Stadium, as Lumberjacks getting set to do battle with the Badgers. I think doing most of the kickoff for St. Mary's has been, well, we'll wait and see. For some reason, I think it's been Amato Stewart, I think. So we'll get that figured out. Back deep to return for the Badgers. It will be the number 9 of Alex Stoley. He's on the near side. And then on the, well, actually, let's see here. He looks like he's the only man going back deep. And it will be Amato Stewart kicking off for the Lumberjacks. We don't have, that's the problem I have, is I don't have a 0 in my kickoff stuff in my stats per huddle, so it really makes things difficult. Let's just go find a number that we don't have. And we'll do 44 for kicker, so I know who, so I can put it down at least for St. Mary's, not pick a jersey number that's already there. So Amato will kick off. It's going to be a ball that's kicked short. I think it came off of a Lumberjack. It's a Lumberjacks try an offside kick. It didn't go 10 yards. It only went about 5 yards. I think the ball came off of St. Mary's. Wait and see here. The officials get together. So I didn't see if it was a Badger player or a Lumberjack player that ball touched first. If it touched a Badger player first, it's a live ball, even if it only went 5 yards. I believe that is the rule. If it touched a Lumberjack player, then it's illegal touching by St. Mary's. The ball has to go 10 yards. They're waving off the flag. And Lumberjacks recover the onside kick. So the ball must have came off of a Badger, and the Lumberjacks get offensive possession off of the turnover. The official still kind of talking it over. Trying to see if this has a, not giving me an option for an onside here though. Back. Oh, there we go. Onside recovered by St. Mary's. No, now they say Bonner's Ferry ball back. So we'll go onside recovered by Bonner's Ferry. And the Badgers will have it at the Lumberjack 48. So Lumberjacks defense comes out. The Badgers come up to the line of scrimmage. Brody Rice under center. Running backs lined up behind him in the I formation. Going to take the handoff, hand it off. First man through. Going to be the number 3. He's going to be tackled by DeFort and Dittman. The run was by number 3, Petrus. Picks up 8 yards on the carry. The Bold Badgers ran that one right up the middle. Same formation, I form. Quarterback is under center. That's Rice. 2 running backs lined up behind him, or a fullback and a running back. Man goes in motion from right to left, takes the snap, hands it off again to that same guy, Petrus, and he's going to be tackled this time by Stewart and Brousseau. Number 3 is Petrus. Picks up the first down. That ball is going to be at the Lumberjack 36-yard line. Again, I formation for the Badgers. Brody Rice under center, run receiver to the near side, running backs lined up behind him. First and 10, takes the snap, hands it off. They're going to go to the outside, try to counter that out, and that was, not sure who ran that ball for the might have been number 3 of Petrus again, this time no gain. And I didn't see who made that first tackle for Lumberjacks. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from about their own 30, or from the Lumberjack 36-yard line. Brody Rice comes out and gets the play call from his coach, head back out to the huddle. Breaking the huddle up to the line of scrimmage. They've got everybody basically in tight. One receiver to the top of the formation, that's Stoley. Rice under center again, hands it off. Going to get a big run off the edge. Going to be tackled by Grimaldo after about a 6-yard pickup. And again, it's Petrus with the run. And it looks like it's a 9-yard pickup. Julian makes the tackle for the Lumberjacks. 3rd and short for the Badgers. And now we have, well, I think they're something with the clock. 9:37 on the clock. They bring Spyro Petros out. He's got an equipment issue, I think. Into the backfield, in his place is Conrad Hyatt. Brody Rice again under center. The fullback is Solt. Receiver to the near side. takes a snap, fakes a handoff the first man through, and it's going to be handed off the second man through. It's going to be Chris Brousseau and Donnie Morris combining for the tackle. And I think maybe a short loss there. Donnie Morris getting in there and getting credit for a tackle. He is one of the defensive linemen. So he got into the backfield, got through and shed his tackler pretty quickly. Brings up 4th and about a long one. And in this area of the field, of course, the Badgers going to go for it. So it's 4th and short. Badgers have not thrown yet. All their plays have been run plays. One receiver to the top of the formation. I formation with a fullback and a running back lined up behind Brody Rice under center. Rice for the Badgers takes the snap, hands it off, and Hyatt looks like he's going to pick up about 3 yards and get the first down for the Badgers. And I did not see, again, I took my eyes off the play for a minute, didn't see who made that tackle. So it's 1st and 10 on the Lumberjack 25-yard line. 8:11 to go, first period of play. Badgers break the huddle. They've got their one wide receiver coming down to the near side. Once again, that's Stoley. Then you've got the 22 of Solt and then Hyatt in the backfield. Rice under center. Rice takes the snap. Going to fake the handoff this time. Throws it over the middle. They got a wide open guy. That's a Bubakari. And he'll be tackled by Grimaldo at about the 14. I believe it was Grimaldo with the tackle. So that's what I kind of mentioned in the pregame. The Badgers are going to give you a heavy dose of run, try to lull you to sleep, then they're going to get you over the top with a pass, whether it's going to be a short pass or a long pass. Bubakari got open in the flat on a little out route, and they were able to find him, the tight end. Same formation for the Badgers. Rice under center, 1st and 10 at their Lumberjack 14. Rice now hands it off again. Going to get it to Hyatt. He's going to be tackled. Nice open field tackle by Gerard Dittman for a short loss there. So it'll be 2nd and about 11 for the Badgers. Down on the Lumberjack 15-yard line. Rice gets the play call, comes into the huddle. Looks like they've got Stoley coming to the near side as a wide receiver. Now you've got Petrus back in the backfield and Solt as the fullback. Rice under center, takes the snap, takes the handoff, going to quarterback keep, almost there to get the tackle, and reading that was DeFort, but he spins out of DeFort's grasp, and it's going to be Soten and Dittman, with the tackle. Picks up 9 on the carry. So we'll bring up 3rd and about 1 yard to go. For the Badgers. They're on the Lumberjack 6-yard line. Same formation. Nope, this is not the same formation. That was a little bit of a quarterback keeper trying to get the first down. And I believe they did get the first down. So pick up a yard. First down for the Badgers. 1st and goal for the Badgers down to the 2. So a little bit bigger pickup than I gave them credit for. Picked up about 3 yards. But 1st and goal on the 2 for Bonners Ferry. A very effective first possession for them so far. They've chopped away more than half the first quarter. Same I formation now. Rice under center. Takes the handoff, hands it off, I should say, to Petrus. And Petrus is going to punch it in for the Bulldogs. For the Badgers, not the Bulldogs. Badgers take the early lead, 6-0 over the Lumberjacks here in their opening possession. About a 48-yard drive for Bonners Ferry. Badgers going to kick the extra point attempt here. It'll be Brody Rice to kick. The holder is number 2, Hyatt. Conrad Hyatt. A little bit of a low snap. They're going to flip it to Rice. A bit of a fake play here. And Brody's going to get to the end zone. As Aiden Yearout did the right thing, he went with the receiver that was open, and the rest of the Lumberjack defense couldn't track him down. So it results in the 2-point conversion as the quarterback keeps it. 8-0 in favor of the Badgers here in Bonners Ferry. 5:03 to go in the first. We'll be back with the Lumberjacks' first offensive possession.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, if you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
And we are back. Brody Rice will kick off for the Badgers. Back deep for the Lumberjacks. It's going to be Julian Grimaldo to the near side and Hayden DeFort to the far side. Brody lines up his guys for the Badgers. Got the ball set on the 40, kicking left to right. Going to be a deep kick. It's going to be to Grimaldo. Grimaldo's going to let it go over his head. It bounces. He's going to pick it up at about the 9. Finds some room up the middle, and Grimaldo is not going to be tackled until he gets to the 29, and then he's going to have the ball come out. But he will get back on it. So the Lumberjacks will have the ball. First and 10 on their own 29-yard line for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks need to answer back here. The Badgers took just about well over half of that first quarter, about half of the first quarter time off the clock with that long sustained drive. Barta in the backfield, going to little throw out into the flat, incomplete, intended for Dittman. Second and 10 for the Lumberjacks on their own 29-yard line. That ball just kind of bounced right out of Gerard's hands on the little swing pass out into the flat. If he would have caught that, he probably would have picked up about 5 yards. Again, we've got Dittman in the backfield, Barta in the pistol, one receiver to the near side. That's Gustav, 2 wing backs. That's Grimaldo and Brock Barta. Going to be a handoff to Dittman. Big opening for Dittman off the right side. He'll pick up 8 on the carry. Brody Rice on the tackle for the Badgers. Maybe only a 7-yard pickup to the right side of the field. Third and short, third and about 3 for the Lumberjacks. Going to be the wedge there for the Lumberjacks. I think they handed that off to Dittman. It'll be 4th down, and I think St. Mary's might have picked up a yard. Brings up 4th and about 2, and see if St. Mary's is going to go for it here in their own side of the field. Early in the game to maybe do that. We'll see what happens. They do have a play where, no, they are going to line up to punt. Julian, and we have a stoppage here, a timeout taken by the Lumberjacks. 3:45 to go, first period of play. Lumberjacks looking at a 3 and out right now, and the Badgers up 8-0. We'll be back.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. St. Mary's took the timeout. 3:45 to go in the first period. 8-0 in favor of the Badgers. The Lumberjacks were showing punt. Now they're lined up to go for it. They have Brock Barta, though, in at quarterback. So Brock, no, that's going to be a false start on St. Mary's. So now the Lumberjacks will switch things up. Now they're going to punt. It's going to be 4th and 7. No, that was still Jack at quarterback. My apologies there. For some reason, I thought Jack was 17. Looks like we do now have the punt formation. Julian will punt. The Badgers didn't send anybody back to receive it. That'll take a nice Lumberjack roll. And it'll go out of bounds. At the Badger 33-yard line. So the Badgers will get their second possession a little bit deeper on their own side of the field. 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Lumberjacks need to see if they made their defensive corrections here in that last break as they were off the field. See if St. Mary's can get a defensive stop here against Bonners Ferry. A little bit of personnel confusion there for Bonners Ferry. They get the right guys there. Number 9 of Stoley comes down to the near side as a wide receiver. I formation, Rice under center. Rice takes the snap, hands it off. Petrus is going to look for a hole on the left side, and he's not going to find much of anything there. DeFort and Morris on the tackle. Picks up 1. Second 9 for the Badgers. Working on that left hash mark, far hash mark. Stoley to the near side as a wide receiver. Hyatt, fullback. Petrus running back. Brody Rice under center takes a snap. Hands it off. No, fakes the handoff. Throws it into the flat. One-handed catch, but brought down by Julian. A short gain of about a yard. The catch was by number 22, Jake Solt, the fullback. So it's 3rd and 8 for Bonners Ferry. Ball on the 35 of the Badgers. Checking in defensively for the Lumberjacks, the 21 of Alan Wise. It's kind of a passing down here, so we'll see what the Badgers do. They did just pass. I think it's only the second pass of the game. Now the Badgers have 2 receivers far side, some confusion on their formation, so the Badgers take a timeout. 2:16 to go, first quarter. Lumberjacks trail 8-0. Badgers 3rd and 8 on their own 35. We'll be back after a quick message from our sponsors.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back. Badgers had a little bit of confusion in their offensive formation before that last play. It's 3rd and 8 on the Badgers' 35-yard line. Lumberjacks would love to get the defensive stop here. They trail 8-0 in the first period, 2:16 to go. You're listening to Lumberjack Football on 1240 KOFE St. Mary's. Also our YouTube audio stream. Be sure to go to our YouTube page and subscribe to us. Get updates when we go live on the air. One receiver to the near side, I formation for the running backs. Brody Rice under center for Bonners Ferry. Takes that snap, going to fake the handoff, looks to throw, flushed out of the pocket, takes off to the right side or the left side, and he's going to get away from one guy, but I think he's short. It's going to be the 23 of Year Out and the 31 of Morris on the tackle. Quarterback scramble, which that one doesn't actually work when I do that. So it was a run. Picks up about, what was it, 3rd and 8, so he picked up about 5. The Badgers in their huddle. 4th and 3, 4th and short basically, and they look like they're going for it. Brody Rice under center, takes the snap, hands it off. Petrus trying to get the edge, and I think he might have just got the tackle. No, maybe not. So there is a turnover on downs. I'm going to say about a 2-yard gain. Year Out and DeFord on the tackle, and the Lumberjacks will take over. They force the turnover on downs. Lumberjacks will start on the Badgers side of the field. There's a run up the middle by St. Maries. So we're going to get a run up the middle by the Lumberjacks for no gain. Now we're going to look to pass. Barta steps up in the pocket, slides down after a gain of a couple. We'll give him a 1-yard gain there. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Lumberjacks. Clock running, 33 seconds in the first period. I think St. Mary's has to run a play before the period ends, so they need to get moving here before they get a delay of game. Up to the line of scrimmage, and one receiver to the top of the formation. Barta watching, I think there's some confusion on the play clock. I think they've got to snap the ball. Maybe not. Looks like Lumberjacks are happy to run the clock out and get into the first quarter. So into the first quarter, St. Mary's trails 8-0 to the Bonners Ferry Badgers. St. Mary's with the ball on the Badgers' 41-yard line, 3rd and long. We'll be back after this.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's. Now we are back. Second period of action getting set to begin. St. Mary's trails the Badgers 8-0 here in the second period. Lumberjacks coming out. They switch sides. Lumberjacks now going left to right on your radio dial. St. Mary's 3rd and long on the Badgers side of the field. St. Mary's huddles up. First man out of the huddle always is Jason Thompson, the center. We got a receiver to the near side, Hayden DeFort, Isaiah Gustav at the top of the formation. Taking the snap is Barta, quickly flushed and sacked at the 50-yard line. Coming free for the blitz was the number 2, Conrad Hyatt, and St. Mary's now 4th and long. About a 6-yard loss on the sack. St. Mary's will march it back, and I'm imagining the Lumberjacks will bring out their punter, and they do. They have Grimaldo back to punt, nobody going back deep to return it. Just waiting to hope St. Mary's doesn't take it, I guess. Nice deep punt by Grimaldo. Will bounce at the 15 and take a Badger roll back to the 20. So if that would have taken the Lumberjack roll, that could have pinned him down inside the 20. But that came right back to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Badgers will take over. Lumberjacks ended up with just a rough drive with that sack. It ended up with a negative 14 or so yards on that play, on that drive. So Lumberjacks starting off a little rough. Badgers in their I formation. Under center's Rice, takes the snap. It's a pitch this time. Coming to the near side, gets a little bit of room to run. Brought down after a nice gain. It's going to be Gear out Morris and Grimaldo on the tackle. Pick up a 6 yards for Petrus to the left side on the toss play. So the ground game working pretty good for the Badgers so far. They've had one pass completed, one incomplete. Everything else has been run game. One receiver to the near side, one receiver to the top of the formation. First time we've seen two receivers set. We've got Ryder Gavin and Stoley. Now they switch it up a little bit, some change into their formation, and I think it's a pre-snap, but I think it might be a delay of game. Actually, it looks like the Badgers get a time out, I think. The Badgers get a timeout. There must have been some confusion on the play again, and the Badgers taking that timeout. So 10:25 to go, first half of action. The Badgers lead 8-0 over the Lumberjacks. We'll be back.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Maries High School, pick up your copy of the St. Maries Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Maries Gazette Record, pick up a copy today.
And we are back. Second timeout taken by the Badgers. I believe you get 3 in high school, so that leaves, I think you get 3 in any level of football. So one timeout left for the Badgers here in the first half. Badgers with the lead, 8-0. They are at 2nd and 4 on their own 26-yard line. 10:25 to go. Rice under center. I formation. One running back to the near, or one receiver to the near side. They're going to pitch it to the near side. Lumberjacks. Xavier Sloper gets the tackle. The running back was Conrad Hyatt this time, and picks up the first down. Call it 7 yards. And it'll be Xavier Sloper with the tackle, forced them out of bounds. 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line, at the Badgers' 31-yard line. Again, I formation. Brody Rice under center, one receiver to the near side. Badgers been very effective in their run game so far. Taking the snap, handed off up the middle. Going to get a big hole for Petrus. He's met by Grimaldo after about a 3-yard gain. And Grimaldo strips the ball out of his hand, but they're going to say forward progress was over, and Lumberjacks are not going to get the benefit of that. I believe it was Petrus with the carry, a 5-yard gain. Grimaldo was one of the guys in there with the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 5 for the Badgers, up to their 36-yard line. Again, the Badgers slow, methodical, what they're doing here so far. They've taken a lot of time off the clock in that first drive, and now, or in their first possession. Been a couple of possessions since. Again, I formation, receiver to the near side for the Badgers. Rice under center is going to hand it off. Their line is opening up just enough room. That's a different running back this time. That was Keenan Moss with the run. And they say it's a first down for the Badgers up to the 41-yard line. I think it was Donnie Morris with the tackle. So 1st and 10 from the Badger 41-yard line as the Badgers have another nice methodical drive going. Badgers offensive line opening up some decent gaps for the running backs. In the backfield again is Moss under center, going to get a man in motion. Rice in under center. Man in motion was Bubakari. Going to be a handoff again, and this time barely to the line of scrimmage. Moss, the ball carrier. And it was Cody Mitchell with the tackle for the Lumberjacks, the sophomore. Run up the middle. So no gain, 2nd and 10 for the Badgers now. Again, wide receiver to the near side, that is Stoley. You got Rice under center. Jake Solt, the fullback. And back to the number 3 at Petrus as the tailback. Going to be a pitch out to the tailback. Some good blocking, but going to get a nice move by Xavier Sloper to shed his blocker, and might be a tackle for loss. So no gain. I forgot our number 9 is not on our roster, so the field announcer here for the Badgers doesn't know who he is. If I get a chance to, I'll have to go over there and let him know a name for number 9. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Badgers at their own 41-yard line. 3rd and long. This time they split the wide receiver to the top of the formation. Rice is under center. I formation. Gonna have the no fake handoff. Throwing deep. Ball is picked off by Julian dropped it going to the ground. Good defense by Julian. He could have picked that, but it's going to be an incomplete pass. Julian had to elevate to try to get that ball in his hands, and it just I think it popped out when he hit the ground because he still had his hands extended. So we'll bring up 4th and 10, 7:34 to go in the first half of play. The Badgers up 8-0 over the Lumberjacks. The Badgers showing punt. Brody Rice is the punter. A little bit of a bad snap. He's able to get it. He's going to get the punt off. It's going to take a bounce for the Badgers, and it's going to pin the Lumberjacks back inside the 20, back to the 19-yard line. So that's where the Lumberjacks will start on their own 19. So Lumberjacks will go back on offense. I think they're actually in the negative yardage right now on their stats, as they only had 8 yards in their first possession. I think they went backwards in their second possession. Lumberjacks need to see if they can get something going offensively as they bring out 2 wide receivers, one to the near side, one to the far side, and Hayden DeFort with that pre-snap penalty took off before the snap. It's going to be a false start for the Lumberjacks. First and 15 now for St. Mary's. Hayden DeFort, near side wide receiver. Isaiah Gustav up top. Wingbacks, Brock Barta. Going to be the counter to Jack Barta. Finds a room to run. Gets away from a couple of guys. Breaks back to the near side. Up to the 30-yard line. chased out of bounds at the 35. Nice run by Brock Barta there to give Lumberjacks, I think, their first down of the evening. That's that counter play. 21-yard gain if they mark it at the 35, 36-yard line, so a 22-yard run by Barta. 1st and 10 from the Lumberjacks 36-yard line now. That counter play worked well against Sandpoint for the most part. Gustav to the far side as a wide receiver, 2 wingbacks, pistol for Jack Barta, hands it off to Dittman. Dittman gets to the outside, tries to shake and bake around one guy, gets a little bit of a late, nothing egregious, so there shouldn't have been a penalty, but number 9 thought for a second he was going to put a shoulder into him and then decided not to because they were out of bounds. So Dittman picks up 9 as he was ran out of bounds by the Badgers. 2nd and 1 for the Lumberjacks from their own 45. 2 receivers set this time, 1 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Barta in the pistol. Going to have that little counter again. Grimaldo gets to the outside, down the sideline, the 30, the 20, and he just can't quite tiptoe the sideline. He gets just pushed out of bounds by the Badgers. There's that counter once again, and a big gain for St. Mary's. I've got to wait and see where they marked the ball. They marked it at the 19 of the Bonners Ferry Badgers. So a 36-yard, 19-yard gain for the Lumberjacks. Again, 2 wide receivers set. DeFort near side, Gustav far side, 2 wingbacks. Dittman behind behind Jack, and this time it's read well, and it's handed off to Gerard. He'll be tackled by a couple of guys in the backfield. The number 68, Barry, getting in there first. A loss of about 4 yards for the Badgers, or for the Lumberjacks. I don't know if that was a blocking breakdown on the edge there for St. Mary's or what, going to that right side. But the Badgers blew through the line on that one and got Dittman in the backfield. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 to the top of the formation once again. Jack Barta has that ball, bad snap, come off of he has to dive on it, so a couple of bad plays there by the Lumberjacks in a row, and they are now setting themselves back a little bit. I hate to call that a run. I wish they had a bad snap on here, but they don't, so I'm going to have to give it a negative couple of yards, and I'm going to give it to, I don't want to give it to Jack, but I'm going to have to. So it's 3rd and 16 for the Lumberjacks. Barta takes the snap. Going to throw it out there for his brother, I believe, incomplete. So we'll bring 4th and about 16 for St. Mary's. Again, had a nice drive going. Couple of mistakes, though. Lumberjacks going for it. Barta looking to throw. He's got some pretty good protection. He finds Grimaldo at the 10, but it's not going to, or at the 15, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. It's only an 11-yard gain. So the Badgers will take over on downs. St. Mary's had a nice drive. They started in their 19, and they took that all the way down to the 15. And the Badgers will start on their own 15-yard line with 5:03 to go in the first half. 8-0 Badgers lead. A little bit of confusion there on that play. Brody Rice trying to get something to happen out of a broken play, and he's got room to run. Chasing him down is Aiden Year out, but not after a big gain by Bonners Ferry. Rice looked like he turned to hand it off. Nobody there to give it to, and he turned nothing into something on a big gain. For Bonners Ferry, Aiden Yearout makes the tackle. And it takes the ball all the way to the Lumberjack 45-yard line. A 40-yard gain by the Badgers. Again, it looked like a busted play from here as Brody Rice turned around. Nobody there to hand the ball off to. 1-2 receivers to the far side on this formation, I formation. Brody's going to hand it off. Met in the backfield. Big hit by Morris. The carry by Conrad Hyatt. He's going to lose a yard as Donnie Morris makes the tackle in the middle in the backfield. Nice big hit by Donnie. Checking into the offensive line. Donnie is one of the defensive linemen. He just blew up right through that line. Badgers making the change on that line. Number 68 comes in. That's Barry going out as Thorne. And the Badgers break their huddle up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11 on their own on the Lumberjack 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. I formation. Rice under center. Going to throw. Some pressure coming. And an incomplete pass intended for Hyatt out of the backfield. Brings up 3rd and 11. 4 minutes to go in the game in the first half. Third and long. Badgers break their huddle, coming up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers up to the top of the formation. The tailbacks are split in the backfield, Rice under center. A little bit of a different look this time. Brody's going to throw. They get to the man in the flat. It's Hyatt. He's going to power forward. I think he got the first down. Stewart and Grimaldo on the tackle, but not in time. That is going to be to the Lumberjack 34. So now Amato isn't showing up here either. I don't remember who I was giving tackles to earlier for. Now we get a timeout taken by the Badgers. Badgers used their last timeout. 3:23 to go first half. St. Mary's trails 8-0. Badgers driving. 1st and 10 on the Lumberjack 34. We'll be back.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With 6 professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
And we are back. 3:23. We are here at Kenny Mendenhall Field. I want to make sure I get that right. Kenny Mendenhall Stadium in Bonners Ferry, home of the Badgers. The Badgers currently up 8-0 over the Lumberjacks here in a non-league contest. Next week, the Lumberjacks will go on the road to face their first league opponent of the season in the Kellogg Wildcats. Take about that 45-minute drive up to the Silver Valley. Of course, we'll be there, same time as here tonight, 6 o'clock for our pregame, 7 o'clock for kickoff. Badgers get 2 receivers to the near side. Again, the split tailbacks. Brody Rice under center. Power run working pretty good for the Badgers so far. Looking to pass. They're going to throw it. We've got a penalty. It's completed to number 9, but we may have this coming back because I was in the area of a hold. We do have a hold on the Badgers, 10 yards. They'll repeat that last down. See where that moves that ball back to. It should be the 43, 44-yard line. It'll be first and long now for the Badgers. I think there's only been one penalty on each team so far. So it's first and 20 on the 44 for the Badgers. They are on the Lumberjack side of the field. Going to hand it off. Hyatt, shedding tackles, finally brought down after about an 11-yard gain. Dropped by the number 21 for the Lumberjacks. That is Alan Wise with the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 9, so it's not really that big of a hole now after that holding call. Like they started at 1st and 10 and had a couple of yard pickups. So 2nd and 9 for the Badgers. Lumberjacks defense looking for a stop here or a turnover. 2 receivers at the top of the formation. Running backs go back to the I formation. Brody Rice under center. Brody takes that snap, hands it off. It's going to be Hyatt. He's going to be tracked down and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Tackled by Aiden DeFort. Going to call it a 1-yard loss. So it's 3rd and 9 for the Badgers on the 34 of St. Mary's. Clock running, 2 minutes to go. Badgers probably in 4-down territory here. So if St. Mary's gets the 4th down, they'll probably call the timeout. 2 receivers to the far side. Tailback split again. Brody the pass. He gets flushed out of the pocket. He's got a little sidearm, and he finds a guy wide open in the middle of the field. Great improvisation by Brody Rice as he finds Cooper Higgins for the touchdown. "34-yard touchdown. Brody Rice got flushed out of the pocket. Higgins lost his coverage, ended up wide open in the middle of the field. And Brody Rice able to keep his eyes downfield and find him. Badgers take a 14-0 lead over the Lumberjacks with 1:42 to go in the half. Brody Rice will line up for the extra point. Last time it was a fake, so we'll see what happens here. They got the 2-point conversion last time, and again, it's that fake. No, he's going to look to throw. He's going to look to throw. He's flush. He's retreating. He's going to look deep. And there's only Badgers over there on that side of the field. I don't know how the Lumberjacks lost them, but the number 22 of Stolt found himself wide open for the 2-point conversion. So the Badgers, with 1:42 left, take a 16-0 lead over the Lumberjacks in the first half. We'll be back.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Maries Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Maries is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, "Go Lumberjack!"
And we are back. Badgers have scored on 2 possessions. St. Mary's is yet to find pay dirt. 1:42 to go in the first half. Lumberjacks going to be in their 2-minute drill here, and they get this possession. They have 2 timeouts left. At 1:42 to go, we'll see if St. Mary's can get something on the board before the first half ends. Brody Rice to kick off. And we have a penalty there on the... We're going to have a penalty against Bonners Ferry. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And they'll repeat the kick. So the Badgers will now kick it from the 35-yard line, theoretically giving the Lumberjacks a chance, a little bit better field position on the kick return. DeFort and Grimaldo back deep to return this kick. Rice will kick it off. The penalty was offsides on that, as the Badgers had somebody leave a little bit early off of the line, get ahead of the kicker. They can't be past that ball before it's kicked. So Rice will line up the Badgers one more time. And this time they get a good kick. It's going to be a little squibber. And falling on it at the 35 is going to be the 24 of Dittman. And that's where St. Mary's will take cover.
You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's.
Lumberjacks will start on their own 35-yard line. Yeah, I got that right. Never mind. Lumberjacks looking to throw. It's caught or incomplete. I'm not sure. Badger fans are saying backwards pass. Umpires are saying, oh wait, no, that was not. That was, yeah, at the 35-yard line. St. Mary's received it at their 35. Incomplete pass by Barta, looking for Dittman out of the backfield. This time it's a run by Dittman, and he's going to barely get back to the yard line of scrimmage. St. Mary's calls a timeout with 1:19 to go, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Lumberjacks. So this drive not starting out great for me either. They had the pass that was knocked out of Gerard's hands with the hit. They had the pass down the line of scrimmage. I don't think it was a backward pass. The Varners Ferry fans were calling for a backwards pass. St. Mary's got kind of robbed on one of those last week, as I think it was called a backwards pass, and they ended up calling it a backwards pass, lateral, whatever you want to call it, and Sandpoint recovered it. But when we rewatched the film, the receiver for St. Mary's was 4 yards ahead of the quarterback when that ball got to his hands. It was definitely a forward pass, but they called it a backwards pass. So I'm not going to say anything on this one because I was not fully paying attention to the play at that point. So I'm not sure if it was backwards or forwards on that one. 3rd and 10, St. Mary's, 1:19 to go. The Badgers looking to maybe get that ball back. St. Mary's looking to try to get this drive down the field. Badgers defense playing pretty well. St. Mary's has had a couple of mistakes, but one bad snap and a couple of penalties, but nothing egregious. It's just been some pretty good defense by the Badgers so far. This time, St. Mary's with one receiver to each side. Jack Bart is going to go deep. He's looking for DeFort, and it's going to be over DeFort's head and out of bounds. Incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th and 10. I can't see St. Mary's going for it here, deep on their own side of the field. The Lumberjacks are going to go for it. They're going to throw it out in the flat. It's incomplete, looking for Dittman. Gutsy call by St. Mary's. I mean, I call it gutsy. Some might highly disagree with that call by the Lumberjacks to go for it on their own 34-yard line. They're going to give the ball back to the Badgers with 1:09 and a short field to work with. So that was a gutsy call by the Lumberjacks there. Lumberjack defense is going to have to come up big here. Badgers have no timeouts left. Badgers have one receiver to the near side, I formation for the Badger offense. Brody Rice under center. takes the snap, pitches it back. It's going to be to Hyatt. Hyatt's going to get out of bounds at the 30. Picks up 5 yards on the left side of the field, stops the clock as well. Aiden Yearout able to force him out of bounds. Minute 4 to go in the first half of play. Badgers, well, we'll see what they do here. I mean, they are in a spot where they might have to try to throw the ball a little bit, so we'll have to see what their offense does do with no timeouts. 2 receivers to the near side, or 1 receiver to the near side. 1 wing back, I formation. They're going to fake the pitch. They're going to get the throw over the top, complete to Higgins, and he takes it in for a touchdown. So the going forward on 4th down backfires on the Lumberjacks as the Badgers score. And the Badgers extend that lead out by 3 scores, 22-0 over St. Mary's. Brody Rice, they are going to actually kick it this time, and this time it's blocked by Morris. Caden Morris gets the block on the extra point. And St. Mary's down 22-0 to the Badgers with 57 seconds on the clock. We'll be back to finish out this first half of play.
If you know which side of a saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, blocks, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary.
Wondering how the manager... And we are back, and there was actually a penalty on St. Mary's, I'm assuming, in that last play. So the Badgers will try again. This time they're right on the goal line going for the 2-point conversion. Rice under center. Man goes in motion. And Rice keeps it himself up the middle. And we've got some flags coming in afterwards. So the score is the flag goes against the Badgers. There's a penalty against the Badgers, and the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. So 57 seconds left to go, and the Lumberjacks trail 24-0 to the Badgers here in Bonners Ferry. First half just a minute away from being finished. We're going to see where they're going to mark that from. I think it was I think it's a 15-yard penalty. I think it was an excessive celebration or something like that after the play. And they're going to kick that ball from the 25-yard line. So Lumberjacks could get decent starting field position with 2 timeouts. Grimaldo, DeFort back deep to receive. They're waiting just inside, just about the 20-yard line or so. Grimaldo at about the 19, DeFort at about the 21. Rice lines up the Badgers. Kick is away. Going to be picked up by Dittman at the 40. Dittman's going to look for some room to run, gets a block, gets it across the 40 to about the 47, 48-yard line. So not a lot of time here in the first half. St. Mary's possession will start at their 48. Barta back to throw. Going to find, looking for Grimaldo, but just throws it a little bit too far out in front of him. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 for the Lumberjacks with 47 seconds on the clock. Lumberjack offense has just not been able to get any kind of rhythm going here in this one so far. They've had one good drive where they drove down within striking territory, turned it over on downs. This time St. Mary's with 2 receivers split out. Jack looking for somebody to throw it to. He's going to get it to Grimaldo. Grimaldo out of bounds at the Badger 38-yard line. Grimaldo had to catch that ball twice. Down to the 37 of Bonners Ferry. 1st and 10, 40 seconds on the clock. Same formation, Barta in the pistol, low snap. He's going to have to go down with it back to the 49-yard line again. We've had 2 bad snaps in this one. St. Mary's going to take a timeout, I believe. And again, I hate giving bad snaps as a rush to the quarterback because it's not the quarterback's fault. 46-yard line, so they lose 9 yards on that bad snap. Coming up at halftime, we have our senior spotlight to get things started with. That features Jason Thompson. We were supposed to have him last week in our senior spotlight, but apparently I forgot to save the recording, so I had to redo that senior spotlight, and that's who we've got on tap at the beginning of our halftime break. 34 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be 2nd and 19. Lumberjacks in a 24-0 hole. They really need a score here if they can pull off a big play before the end of the first half. They get the second half kickoff, so if they can come away with some sort of a big play here that gets them in the end zone and then score on their first possession, then you've got a 1-possession game early in the second half. So it's obviously not too deep of a hole, but the Lumberjack offense has got to find some rhythm. And they've had 2 bad snaps and a couple of penalties and a couple of a few lost yardage plays. So same formation. Barta looks to throw. He's got a pocket. He's going to throw that deep, looking for DeFort. It's over his head and out of bounds. Looking at him down the right sideline. 3rd and 19 brings up, or at the 46 of Bonners Ferry with 29 seconds on the clock. That would have been if he needed to get that ball a little bit more up the sideline. He had the arm to keep that going up the sideline. That ball just drifts out of bounds. If he would have put that a little bit more up the field, DeFort had a chance to run underneath it. Same formation. The snap to Barta. Steps up in the pocket, directing traffic. He's going to throw it. Looking to Brock Barta, and just out ahead of Brock, and that would have been a first down. He had Brock, I think, open, just led him a little bit too far up and out in front of him. So the passing game, which looked pretty good, besides a couple of interceptions last week, the passing game tonight has been somewhat non-existent. It says third. It's 4th and 19, should be. The scoreboard doesn't have it right. The sideline does. So now the scoreboard does. 4th and 19 for the Lumberjacks. On the Badger 46, they're going for it. They've got 1 timeout so they can get the first down. Jack is going to scramble. He throws it at the last second. It's caught. No, he did. Jack got it to Brock, but he was across the line of scrimmage. So it's a complete pass to Brock Barta for about 11 yards, but it's going to come back. Jack was across the line of scrimmage. They're not going to, I think it's a loss of down play, so it doesn't really matter. We'll call it 5 yards against St. Mary's, loss of down, ball goes to Bonners Ferry. So it'll be 1st and 10, right about the 50-yard line for the Badgers. Badgers have a flag, I believe a delay a game on the Badgers. Badgers will back it up. They need to reset the clock back to, I think, 9 seconds or 10, whatever it was. Had a couple of seconds on the clock. Badgers we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe the Badgers want to test their luck, take a shot deep, but they might just knee on it here at the end of the first. They might even run a play, actually run the running back to see if they break something big, but right now everything going in the way of the Badgers, so the Badgers don't have any timeouts. Leading 24-0 over St. Mary's here in Bonners Ferry. One receiver to the top of the formation for Bonners Ferry, one guy in the slot. So really a two-receiver look. I formation for the running backs. Man goes in motion to the top of the formation. It's a screen play. No, it's a double pass. Ball is loose. Ball is still loose. Falling on it. No, not falling on it. Scooping it up is Morris. And the Lumberjacks will have it, but it'll be time ran out. So St. Mary's gets a fumble. Let's call it, oh boy, I don't know what to do here. I'm going to call it a run. I think it was number 22. He fumbled it. Recovered by St. Mary's, I think on the St. Mary's side of the field. Okay, so we got that, but that is the end of the second quarter, and we are at halftime. Lumberjacks trail 24-0 to the Badgers. We'll be back with your halftime show and your senior spotlight.
Retirement nest egg, how big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Fall is coming and, of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feed in St. Mary's today.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
St. Maries Realty is a St. Maries icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Maries Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Maries Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Maries.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Maries. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
And we're here with Jason Thompson. He is our senior spotlight, Lumberjack senior this year. Jason, what sports do you play or participate in?
I currently do football and cheerleading for the St. Maries High School.
Sweet. What has playing sports taught you?
It's taught me discipline and to watch what I say because it represents me in my hometown.
What would you say is your favorite thing about playing sports?
Probably the coaches, especially Coach West. He's a very funny man.
What's one of your least favorite things?
The conditioning at the end of practice every day.
Do you have a favorite pro sports team and player?
The Vikings. I'm going to go with Harrison Smith just because he hits hard and plays through everything.
What are your goals this year on and off the field?
To bring the football team to state and win a conference for the first time in a while and get a state trophy in cheerleading.
All right, we're talking with Jason Thompson, our St. Maries Lumberjack Senior Spotlight. We'll take a break and be back.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Maries. When your car's not running right, you want an honest mechanic that provides quality work at an affordable price. That can be tough, unless your dad owns a repair shop. But in St. Maries, times have changed. You have Jim's Auto, and they treat every customer like family. Get everything from regular maintenance to major repairs done at Jim's Auto and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto doesn't just offer oil changes. They're a full-service shop. Jim's Auto can diagnose that check engine light, change your brakes, and fix your alignment. Ask about Jim's Auto's new Express Lane with same-day or next-day oil and tire services. And don't forget, Jim's Auto is an authorized Tire Pros dealer with nationwide warranty, service protection plan, and free roadside assistance. Jim's Auto and Tire Pros, located at 69 Milwaukee Road, St. Maries. Does your furry friend need a bath? Don't want to deal with the hassle and the mess from bathing your furry friend? Make an appointment with Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop today. Barks and Bubbles, located at 402 North 10th Street in St. Maries, will have your furry friend looking and feeling like $1 million in no time. And guess what? No mess at home, no scratches, and no getting soaked from head to toe. Let Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop handle the work. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop also offers pet boarding. Call for an appointment today at 208-245-5755. That's 208-245-5755. Barks and Bubbles Groom Shop in St. Maries.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1FCU. With our exclusive high school and college design, you can represent your school with pride. To join the P1FCU Mascot Madness, visit P1FCU.org to see all our designs. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
And we are here with Jason Thompson for our senior spotlight. What are your plans after high school?
To go either play college football or enter the millwright program here in St. Mary's.
Okay, what is one of your favorite subjects in school?
Probably my business entrepreneurship class of Coop.
Coop's a good guy. Someone that you look up to?
Probably Coach West.
Well, he is a little bit taller than you. Do your teammates have a nickname for you?
Yes, it is Jerry.
Jerry, that's right. What's been your most memorable moment so far?
Probably Donnie listening to Coach West to pick him up in the middle of football practice.
And who would you like to thank?
My mom, my grandparents, the rest of my family, my coaches, and my teammates to help me through all of it.
All right, we made it as quick as we could because Jason's a busy guy. Good luck the rest of your senior high school career, Jason. Good luck after that, and thanks for talking with us.
Yep.
This has been your senior spotlight featuring St. Maries Lumberjack senior Jason Thompson. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be back with more after this. Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch, breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you ready to turn your dream space into a reality? Look no further than Construction Solutions, your trusted partner in residential and commercial construction. From concept to completion, we've got you covered. At Construction Solutions, we specialize in site development with top-notch excavation services, ensuring a solid foundation for your project. Our experienced team is dedicated to delivering quality craftsmanship and exceeding your expectations. Opportunity awaits with Construction Solutions. Whether it's your dream home or a thriving business space, we're here to make it happen. Call us now at 208-582-3305 and let's build your future together. Construction Solutions, where excellence meets opportunity. Visit our website at constructionbylozano.com. That's constructionbylozano.com.
And we are back. It's halftime here at Kenny Mendenhall Stadium, home of the Bonners Ferry Badgers. It's been all Badgers in the first half. They lead St. Mary's 24-0, and it's been a rough one for the Lumberjacks, to say the least, here in this first half of play. St. Mary's has recorded just 7 first downs. The Badgers have 13 first downs. St. Mary's is 11 carries for 36 yards on the running side of things, and it's 25 carries for 119 yards for Bonners Ferry. St. Mary's averaging 3.3 yards per rush. The Badgers right at about 5 yards per rush. Passing, St. Mary's 2 completions for 11 yards. Actually, 2 for 11. The Badgers are 5 for 8. Passing yards, 26 yards for the Lumberjacks. The Badgers have 88 yards in the first half. Total plays and yardage, St. Mary's 23 plays, 57 yards. The Badgers with 33 plays and 197 yards, so nearly 200 yards put up in the first half for Bonners Ferry. St. Mary's averaging just 2.5 yards per play, while the Badgers have that number way up at 6 yards per play. The Badgers have one turnover. That was that fumble right at the end of the first half. It doesn't really make any difference in the game at this point, but it was a turnover. Third down conversion, St. Mary's 1 of 5, not doing very good on the third down side of things, but they've been behind the sticks quite a bit as well, whether it be from a penalty or a loss of yards play. The Badgers are 3 of 6. Fourth down conversion, St. Mary's 0 for 4. Bonners Ferry 1 for 2. St. Mary's has been sacked once. They lost 6 yards. The Badgers have not been sacked yet, even though the Lumberjacks have got a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. Neither team has kicked a field goal. That is a look at the team statistics. We'll come back and try to give you a quick breakdown of the player statistics.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life, plus they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown team. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Got potholes.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Blinker. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in Park, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
And we are back taking a look at the halftime numbers. St. Mary's trails 24-0 to the Badgers here after one half of play. Quarterback Jack Barter for the Lumberjacks is 2 of 11 passing for 21 yards tonight. He's had some very close, almost some pretty good connections, but just getting those balls just a little bit out of reach of his receivers. Julian Grimaldo, 2 catches for 26 yards tonight. Carrying the ball, Julian Grimaldo has 1 run for 19 yards. Gerard Dittman has 5 carries for 13. Jack Barta 4 for 9. And Brock Barta has a 1 carry for 1 yard for St. Mary's. In the defensive side of things, we've got Julian with 5 tackles and 2 assists. Donnie Morris has 2 tackles, 2 assists. Number 9 for the Lumberjacks, Xavier Sloper has 2 tackles. Gerard Dittman has a tackle with 2 assists. Hayden DeFort has a tackle and 4 assists. Aiden Yearout has a tackle and 2 assists. The number 65, Cody Mitchell with 1 tackle. And Alan Wise with a tackle. Also, Chris Brousseau has 2 tackles. I don't think Chris Brousseau has 2 tackles. Yeah, I think he does, actually. I'll recheck all of my tackle stats later on. Zach Soten has a tackle, and Caden Morris has a tackle. Caden also has a fumble recovery. For the Badgers, Brody Rice is 5 of 8 passing for 78 yards. Receiving, it doesn't really give me any good numbers there for them, so I can't give you the individual numbers and passing receptions for the Badgers. I don't really like the Huddle stat program, but since I do the official stats for the team, I got to use the Huddle program, but it doesn't quite work right most of the time as far as getting the stats and the names and the numbers and all that right. Running the ball, Conrad Hyatt has 8 carries for 22 yards. Brody Rice has 4 carries for 55 yards. Most of that coming on a scramble on a broken play. That again, St. Mary's just had a lot of things not go in their favor in broken plays and stuff too. So it's just been a rough night all around for St. Mary's. Tackling numbers I don't really have right for the Badgers either, but that's a look at the halftime stats. We'll take another break, come back with the beginning of the second half. The Lumberjacks will get the first possession. The Lumberjacks need to take that possession down and score if they want to have a chance of getting back into this game. It's only a 3-possession game, 3-score game. Anything can happen. If St. Mary's makes the right adjustments the second half and can get some stops, this game could get really competitive really quickly once again. Right now, though, all the momentum and everything in favor of Bonners Ferry. We'll be back with the second half of action here from Kenny Mendenhall Field or Stadium in Bonners Ferry.
Any adventure, any task, anytime. There's a Yamaha utility ATV for any ride and any rider. See the full lineup at St. Mary's Don Cycle. Adventure seekers can start with the trail-tested capability and comfort of the Yamaha Grizzly lineup. For the ultimate in mid-size ATV performance, check out the Yamaha Kodiak 450. And for those who mix work and pleasure, the Yamaha Kodiak 700 line devours chores and leaves room for adventure. Find your utility ATV at St. Mary's Don Cycle or YamahaMotorsports.com. ATVs are recommended for use only by riders aged 16 years and older. ATVs can be hazardous to operate. Yamaha recommends an approved training course. For safety and training information, see your dealer or call 1-800-887-2887. Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler drops in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goals. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
And we are back. The Lumberjacks will receive the opening kick of the second half, and they will be going left to right on your radio dial. The Badgers will be going right to left. 24-0, the Badgers lead. A big first half for the Badgers. Let's see if St. Mary's can answer back after some adjustments in the second half, or at halftime. Brody Rice will kick off. Back deep for the Lumberjacks is DeFort and Grimaldo. Last couple of kicks by the Badgers have been short. St. Mary's needs to watch that. I'll give you an update on Orofino Maniacs. They played earlier tonight. That ball is going to be kicked all the way down to the 7-yard line where Grimaldo picks it up. He sheds a tackler, clear down the sideline, still in bounds, down to the 31-yard line. So a good return by Grimaldo. I'll call that at the 7. He picked that up at about the 7. They mark that at the 32. So it's still decent field position to start with for the Lumberjacks. And that's where St. Mary's will come out at. The Orofino Maniacs lost tonight 55-0 to Payette. We're going to get a flag, a run by the Lumberjacks, as Brock Barta is going to pick up about 6 or 7. There was a penalty flag, but they let the play go, so I'm assuming it's either a hold against St. Mary's, but where it came from, it might be an offsides. So they're marking it at the 37-yard line. If it is like an offsides against the Badgers, you almost take the free 5 yards and get 1st and 5. And I think that's what St. Mary's is going to do. So it's a penalty against the Badgers. It's 5 yards. St. Mary's is going to replay the first down. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Lumberjacks from the own 37-yard line. One receiver at the top of the formation, that's Gustav. A couple of wing backs with Barta in the pistol. Dittman lined up behind him. Snap. Going to be a quick little flip up forward to Grimaldo. Grimaldo gets out in the open, and he's across the 50 down to the 41 or the 46 of the Badgers. And St. Mary's was doing pretty good on that play earlier. And then it seemed like they kind of went away from it. I don't remember if Bonners Ferry started kind of getting onto that play, but that little counter play was doing pretty good for St. Mary's early. Then it kind of went away from it. But again, it might have gotten stuffed a couple of times in a row, but I don't remember. DeFort to the near side. Gustav top of the formation. Barta in the pistol, takes the snap. It's an option play out to Dittman. Gets a little bit of a block, tiptoes the sideline. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there, it looks like, for Gerard. Badgers are doing a good job of muddying the waters on those little toss plays, option plays, getting a lot of getting a lot of defenders out there, and they're able to shed their tacklers or shed their blockers and get just enough to force the guy out of bounds. One receiver to the near side now for St. Mary's. 2nd and 10. Barta takes the snap, hands it off to Dittman. Dittman straight up the middle. Looks like he picks up about 4. A little bit of power run game from the Lumberjacks there. 4-yard pickup for Gerard up the middle. 3rd down and 6 for the Lumberjacks at the Badger 43-yard line. Lumberjacks, one receiver to the top. Barta with that little flip pitch again to Grimaldo. Finds some room up the middle. He's got some blockers. Cuts to the outside. Can he go all the way? He is. Lumberjacks will score on their first possession of the second half on the Grimaldo run. It is a 42-yard touchdown for the Lumberjacks. That play has been looking pretty good, honestly, in this one. I expect to see the Lumberjacks maybe push that play a little bit more here in the second half until the Badgers stop it. The blocking's getting lanes open, and Julian's finding the areas to go. Barta has had it once or twice, and they got a couple of good gains out of it also. St. Mary's going for 2. Jack empties the backfield. Going to find Grimaldo in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and St. Mary's will cut that lead 24-8 in favor of Bonners Ferry. 10:15 to go in the third period. Well, now we're going to keep it right here. We're going to tell you about tomorrow. The span of Benoit County is having their 5th annual Suicide Prevention and Awareness Run, Walk, and Remember tomorrow at the Elks Lodge. The check-in starts at 8:30. Walk starts at 10 a.m. There will be a block party afterwards. There's going to be vendors, coffee, booths, and raffles, breakfast by Talk About It, and lunch by the Elks Veterans Outreach. The span of Benoit County would like to thank their sponsors, KOFE AM 1240, the Veterans Outreach Center of Benoit County, the St. Mary's Elks Lodge 1418, the Fernwood Mercantile, Ryan's Dollar Depot, Hindsight Photography, KNRH Printing, Heritage Health, the Gateway Financial Partners, Potlatch Deltic, and Archie's IGA. St. Mary's will kick off, and let me guess, we might see an onside kick. St. Mary's does that a bit. So that would be another big help here for the Lumberjacks if they can steal one of these onside kicks and get an extra possession. They haven't got one yet this year. It's early, obviously, in the season. The biggest issue they've been having on these onside kicks is they're all coming up short. They've got to go 10 yards. It's 5 or 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10 yards before anybody can touch it from St. Mary's. Now, if it goes 5 yards and bounces off a Badgers player, it's a live ball. I remember several years back, we had David Vonken, a exchange student from Germany. We wouldn't even just do that. He would just drive the ball up the middle and try to bounce it off of one of the up guys from the opposing team, and he did it a few times. So St. Mary's in an interesting formation. for the kickoff. They're going to squib it right up the middle, and it's going to be caught at the 46 by the Badgers. I think it was the Badgers' 46-yard line. So that didn't work. I think that might have been what they kind of were trying to do, maybe get that kicked hard enough to get it to bounce off of the up guy for the Badgers. 1st and 10 for the Badgers from their own 46-yard line. Lumberjacks, they couldn't get the onside kick to steal the possession, so now they want a quick 4 and out here series or a turnover. Let's see if they can't turn it into points. The Badgers come out with 2 receivers to this near side. I formation behind Rice. Rice is under center for Bonners Ferry. He's going to get everybody set, takes the snap, hands it off, first man through, fullback this time. It'll be DeFort. And DeFort. Okay. Five yards, Hayden DeFort with the tackle, as well as the number 21 of Alan Wise. So 2nd and 5 for the Badgers, same formation. Under center's Rice. Rice surveys, takes the snap. First man through again. No, second man through this time, and a big run by the number 8. Of Moss. And he'll pick up a nice run up to the Lumberjack 35-yard line. I think Xavier was in on that tackle. First down for the Badgers. They'll come out in that same formation. 2 receivers to the near side. The snap, handoff again to Moss. He's going to find some room for a minute before being gang tackled by a bunch of Lumberjacks. And that's the one thing right now. The Badgers are doing a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage and getting a push. That was a 4-yard pickup. The tackle for St. Mary's on that was Bryce Harpole. And now we have a penalty against the Badgers, I believe. No, it was against St. Mary's. 5-yard penalty for the offsides by the Lumberjacks. Brings up 2nd and 1, roughly 2nd and 2 for Bonners Ferry at their Lumberjack 27-yard line. 2 receivers near side, I formation behind the quarterback. Brody Rice gets a man in motion. That's Stoley going from left to right, and we have a whistle and a false start by the Badgers, so they'll give that 5 yards back to the Lumberjacks. So it'll be 2nd and 7 still for Bonners Ferry. Backing it up to their own, to the Lumberjack 31-yard line. Badgers break the huddle again, bringing their 2 receivers to the near side. That is Higgins on the outside as a wide receiver. In the slot is Stoley. Hyatt in the backfield, as is Solt. Solt the fullback. Man in motion is Stoley from left to right. Going to look to throw. Going to get sacked. No, he's going to throw it to the last second. I think they're going to call that a fumble as DeFort taking it the other way. No whistle. And the Lumberjacks are going to take it to the house, and we'll see what they say. It looks like the refs are keeping it as a fumble. So let's say they recovered, St. Mary's recovered, let's say at their 35 and returned it to the touchdown. by DeFort. And I will take that defensive touchdown all day long, but to me, it did look like that quarterback flipped it forward to just try to get rid of it. And again, there's no replays, obviously, in high school ball, so we won't know until we can look at the huddle film and see what really happened there, or St. Mary's was gifted that. Going to get a 2-point attempt by Lumberjacks, and they're going to find DeFort in the backfield as Jack Barta looked like he was going to try to run it himself, backs out and finds DeFort open for the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden we have a one-score game as the Lumberjacks now trail 24-16 to the Badgers, and we've still got just about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. So the Lumberjacks have doing what I said at halftime. I said they needed to get a defensive stop. They needed to score on that first possession, and so far they've done both. They got the defensive stop with the turnover. The coach for the Badgers still arguing for that to be called an incomplete pass, but it's done. It's over. The officials aren't going to change it now. And I agree that he has a reason to be upset, because I kind of thought it looked like the quarterback flung it underhand to try to just make a pass out of it. So I think the Badgers might have gotten the short end of the stick on that one, to be honest. And again, we will find out more, of course, when we can review the game footage. But that is a tough break for the Badgers and a huge break for the Lumberjacks. So St. Mary's showing that same kind of formation that they kicked out of earlier. Amato Stewart, I believe, setting the ball on the tee. Lumberjacks have all of their guys bunched in on the kickoff. Amato sets on the tee, looks both ways. I've got to see if he turns to the side. So yeah, it is Amato. I think they have a thing here. Now they all split out into the normal formation. Amato lines up the Lumberjacks. Going to be a hard kick going the other way. It's bobbled. It's still loose. Oh, the Badgers just barely get that scraped into the gut. That was number 0 for the Badgers. That's Taylor, who that ball popped out for a second, but he was just able to get on it. Badgers on their own 48-yard line. Up to the line of scrimmage for the Badgers. They got a 2-receiver look to the top of the formation. Running backs in an I behind Rice. Rice under center. Rice takes the snap, hands it off. Going to be met at the line of scrimmage. A big hit. Donnie Morris, one of the guys there on the hit. And that was number 8. They're going to get a flag afterwards. So that's Moss. The penalty is going to be after the play. And it's going to be against St. Mary's. I'm going to do it this way. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, I think, because it's going to be excessive celebration or something. Ball is marked at Lumberjack 36. So St. Mary's, a good defensive play there. But a little bit too much extracurriculars afterwards, and that hurts the Lumberjacks. Handoff. Moss again, I think. First man on him again is the number 99 of Donnie Morris. Decent pickup there by Moss. About a 4-yard pickup. Donnie's 5th tackle of the night. He's having a good night on that offensive or defensive line. It's not often you get a lot of tackles from your defensive linemen. They're usually busy blocking guys. So Donnie's doing a good job of getting off his blockers and getting onto the defense, the running back. Same one receiver to the top of the formation for the Badgers. I formation in the backfield. Rice under center. 3rd down and 6. Man in motion to the near side. Hand off to Hyatt, and he's going to be gain tackled after a couple of yard gain. Donnie Morris getting in there again on the tackle. They're going to say that on the field, so I'll give it to Donnie again. 6th tackle of the evening. Brings up 3rd and about 3, maybe a long 3, short 4. Scoreboard says the ball's on the 29. Badgers in that same formation. Rice under center, takes the snap, hands it off. Hyatt going to be caught by Xavier. And finishing up the tackle is Aiden. Year out. Oh, they're going to give him the first down on that. They're going to give him a 4-yard gain. So 1st and 10 at the 26 of St. Mary's. Badgers up to the line of scrimmage, 1 receiver to the top of the formation. I formation, handoff, first man through. He's going to be met right in the hole. Runs into the back of his own guy. Cody Mitchell in on that tackle. No gain. I'll just credit that to Mitchell. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Badgers. One receiver to the top of the formation for Bonners Ferry. 2nd and 10 at the Lumberjack 26. I formation again. Rice under center for the Badgers. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls the throw, finds a guy in the flat, but there to make the tackle right away is Stewart. The pass was to the 0. And tackled by the 0 of Amato. No gain, it looks like. Brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 10 for the Badgers. So nice defense by Stewart there, coming up from his, I believe, linebacker position to make that tackle. Again, 1 receiver to the top for the Badgers. Brody Rice under center, I formation behind him. The snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to look to throw, rolls to that far side, gets a man in the flat, and he's wide open, but the pass misses him. That was intended for Taylor, and Taylor, I don't know if that ball went right through his hands or not, but it's incomplete. And the Lumberjacks have the Badgers 4th and 10. 10 more yards and make it 4th and 20. And St. Mary's is going to decline the penalty. So he gained about, the ball's going to be marked at the 19. So it was about a 7-yard pickup, but it's a turnover on down for the Badgers. So the Lumberjack defense comes up big on a stop there. Now let's see if St. Mary's can put together another drive like they did on their first one of the second half, because the second touchdown was defensive. So this comes down to St. Mary's defense coming up with a drive of their own, starting at their own 19-yard line. St. Mary's puts Gustav up at the top as a wide receiver. Everybody else in tight. Barred up pistol. Going to fake the handoff. No, he gives it to Dittman. Dittman gets the edge. Going to try to spin his way around the tackler. Gets nearly to the 30-yard line. I think it might be enough for a first down. That takes the ball to the Lumberjack 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Lumberjacks feeling a little bit of a surge here, a little bit of a momentum shift. I brought my camera out, and I found a couple people that were going to use it to take some pictures for tonight's game. Same formation, going to be that little, I forget what they call it now, but it's Grimaldo with the carry, picks up about 7 yards. Grimaldo comes up a little gimpy. Hopefully he's okay as he limps off the field. 6-yard pickup by Julian. That was that counter play for the Lumberjacks. Julian heads to the sideline, get checked out for that ankle, I think, that he was coming out there with. We've got, I'm not sure who came in for him. Two receivers out for the Lumberjacks, one to each side. Barta going to hand it off to Barta on that little counter play. Barta is going to be tackled for a short loss. Badgers sniffed it out that time. A loss of about a yard there. One of the Badgers just got a hold of his ankle and wouldn't let go, so it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Lumberjacks now, I believe. We'll call it no gain. Basically what they're putting it as on the scoreboard. 2 minutes to go, third period. 24-16 Badgers lead. Lumberjacks in the wedge. They're going to hand it off to Gerard. Gerard not going to make it far. He gets a little bit of push. And he's going to be close to the first down. Well, that looks like a first down to me unless they move that back slightly, which they are. So we'll call it a 3-yard pickup. No, they're going to give it to the Lumberjacks as a first down. Wow. I'm impressed because that ball was behind where that marker was at, it looked like. 1st and 10 for St. Maries up to the 39 of St. Maries. Still on their own side of the field, minute and a half to go, third period. Keep an eye on that sideline, see if Julian has made his way back out on the field yet. And he has. Good to see. One receiver top of the formation, that's Gustav. Pistol for Jack. He's going to hand it off to Dittman. Dittman can't quite find a hole, but they're getting a pile push. Dittman, I think, is picked up. And the whistle was blown a long time ago. Number 1, Higgins comes out with the ball for the Badgers, but the play was blown dead. And all that effort is going to get a 2-yard pickup for Gerard. That play is not garnering much up the middle for Gerard. The counters have been kind of, those are not totally middle plays. Middle run plays up the middle are kind of off tackle a little bit. But those have been opening up some holes. And Gerard has just been getting some hard running down there when he runs up the middle and getting pushed a little bit by the teammates. 2 receivers out. We've got, Xavier was not paying attention, wasn't quite ready. That's a pitch out to Gerard. Gerard gets to the edge, still on his feet. And he might have got to he's still pushing for yardage, still battling down there, and finally brought down. Good Lord, Gerard. He just does not want to go down out there. I don't think he got any yards for all that extra work. I'm going to call it a 1-yard gain after all that. And then we'll come to the end of the third period. So it's going to be 3rd and long for the Lumberjacks at their own 42-yard line when we come back to start the 4th period. Lumberjacks trail 24-16 to the Badgers.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to safety. But it's true. St. Maries Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Maries Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Maries Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to safety.
Jack Fuel Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses, and most importantly, people. Jack Fuel Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Fuel Trucking.
And we are back. Teams switch sides. Lumberjacks now going right to left on your radio dial. 3rd down and 7 for St. Maries at their own 42, 43-yard line. 2 receivers out. You got Sloper to the top of the formation, Gustav to the near side. Going to fake the handoff. Going to throw for Sloper. No, it's intended for Barta. Incomplete. 4th and 7 for the Lumberjacks. I don't expect St. Maries with the game 1-score difference now to go for it right here, but we'll see. I'm curious. They might be giving them a breather and giving them some rest because Hayden DeFort is usually out here on offense as one of the receivers, but he has not been out here for this series. So hopefully, I mean, I haven't seen any players go off hurt for the Lumberjacks. Got Grimaldo to punt. And Amato had his, you have to have your knee pads covered, and I think it was what it was called. They had to stop it, and Amato had to get his knee pads covered up there. So it'll reset. It was good because that snap was a little bit high. That one's going to be pulled down nicely by Grimaldo. A nice line drive punt. That's going to take a good Lumberjack roll, and that'll go all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that's where Bonners Ferry will take over, leading 24-16 over the Lumberjacks. And now I kind of take a look at this defense and see if I see DeFort come out here on defense. And again, I'm not seeing him, so I hope. Oh no, there he is. Okay, he's out there. I think they might have been giving him a breather on offense and getting him up for that defensive series because he's been playing pretty good himself down there as well. So 11:44 to go in the game. 24-16, Lumberjacks trail. They need another defensive stop. They had a good defensive series here this last time against the Badgers. Let's see if they can do it again. The Badgers have one to the near. Oh, quick snap there and a penalty flag. It's going to be a pre-snap. I believe it's going to be a delay of game again against Bonners Ferry. That'll back the Badgers up 5. They'll be now 1st and 15 on their own 12-yard line. I mean, ideally, you get a defensive touchdown again for the Lumberjacks right here. They're right close to their end zone. One receiver to the near side for the Badgers. I formation. Rice hands it off and met at the line of scrimmage. Going to say number 55 for the Lumberjacks, Blaine Kusarek with the tackle. I think it was Conrad Hyatt with the run. Brings up 2nd and 15. No gain for the Badgers on that one. Same formation, one to the near side for the wide receivers. I formation for the running backs. Actually, did they go to the split tail? No, I formation. Rice under center. Rice takes a snap. It's a pitch, and Lumberjack defense is sniffing that out. He's not going to get very far. If it was no gain on the play. Again, Hyatt with the run, and I didn't see who made the tackle for St. Mary's. There's a whole host of Lumberjacks that got there, so it brings up 3rd and 15 for the Badgers. St. Mary's needs to be looking for the pass play here, 3rd and long, deep on their own side of the field. It is a passing situation. We'll see what the Badgers do, of course. 2 receivers to the top of the formation for Bonners Ferry. Xavier Sloper and Alan Wise go out on them. I formation for the running backs. Takes a snap. Going to drop. Look to throw. Little jump pass. Finds a guy. But coming up, no, Amato Stewart. Oof. Amato made the first contact. Still about several yards short. It was caught by 22. He's going to pick up about 7. Say 9. Amato made first contact, but I didn't see who finished up that tackle. So I'm not going to really put one on there. And the Badgers showing punt. So watch out for the trick plays, though. You never know. Snap. Punt is off. It's a high one. Coming up for it is Grimaldo. He's not going to fair catch it. He gets it at the Badgers 49. And falls forward for a couple of yards. So Lumberjacks will start on the Badger side of the field. Got to get this set in the right spot here. There we go. Ball is going to be marked at the 46 of Bonners Ferry. And that's where St. Mary's will start. Going to get a little bit of a Jack Barta got tripped up on his back out of the snap. He flips the ball to Gerard Dittman, and Dittman takes it to the right side and picks up a good 9 yards before being forced out of bounds. That could have been disastrous. But Gerard, for one, Jack able to get that ball out, and then Dittman to do the rest on the run with some good blocking. Brings up 2nd and 1 for the Lumberjacks, up to the Badger 37-yard line. Going to get the snap, handoff to Dittman. Dittman is patient behind the line for a second, takes a little stutter step, looking for something to open up, and picks up about 3. Going to mark the ball at the 34-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10 now for St. Mary's. On the Badger side of the field, got just under 9 minutes to go. St. Mary's trails by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. One receiver to each side for the Lumberjacks. Actually, DeFort brings it back in tight as a tight end more so. Going to get the little crossbuck handoff to Barta, and Brock's going to take it up, finds a gap. Kind of that counter play again, and Brock Barta is going to pick up, it looks like a 6-yard run. We'll call it 7. I'm going to call it a 7-yard run up to the 27 of Bonners Ferry. So 2nd and 3 for the Lumberjacks. One receiver to the near side. Barta takes the snap. It's going to be that little counter to Grimaldo. Grimaldo's going to get flung across the first down line, so he will get the first down. It's a pickup all the way down to the 20, it looks like. 7-yard pickup for Julian. Lumberjacks got a nice drive going again. Just under 8 minutes to go. First down will stop the clock so that they can get the ball set, and then the Badgers take a timeout. 7:55 to go. 4th period of play here from Bonners Ferry. It's 24-16 in favor of the Badgers. St. Mary's driving on the Badger 20. We'll be back.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. It is 16-24 in favor of the Badgers. St. Mary's trails by a touchdown and 2-point conversion. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks at the Badger 20, and we are in the 4th quarter. Badgers took a quick timeout. St. Mary's brings Gustav to the near side as a wide receiver. Jack Barta in the pistol, takes the snap, going to hand it off to Brock Barta. Brock had a little bit of a gap for a minute, got brought down inside the 20, pickup of about 1 yard. Looks like it's a 2-yard pickup, actually. We'll make it 2nd and 8. Very important drive here for St. Mary's with 7.5 to go in the contest. If they can get this knocked in and that 2-point conversion, they'll tie it up. Same formation for St. Mary's. Jack takes the snap. Going to keep it himself. He's going to get to the 15. Not sure if that was a busted play or not, but that's going to be up the middle. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 for the Lumberjacks. With the time winding down on the clock, you definitely want to take advantage and score on this possession. One receiver to the near side. Barta takes the snap. Got that counter going. Coming in to fill the hole nicely for the Badgers. The number 8, Moss. It's handed off to Grimaldo, and he does pick up a nice chunk, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. I thought he picked up more than what they're giving him. It looks like they're only giving him a yard or two. So it's 4th down for Lumberjacks. 4th and 4. Lumberjacks going for it. Barta takes the snap. It's a reverse to Jack Barta, or to Brock Barta, and Brock's only going to get, I don't think he got it. He needed to get, well, he got in, did he get inside of the 10? Trying to see where they mark that. So it's a first down. So they got that ball down to the 9-yard line, I'm assuming. And it's a 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks. Gutsy play. I mean, gutsy. They're going to get it to Gerard. Gerard's trying to outrun the defense to the outside. Lowers his shoulder. I think he picks up a yard. If not, he's back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, he did pick up a couple. I'm going to call it 1. They say Rice with the tackle for the Badgers. 2nd and goal from about the 8-yard line. 5.5 to go. If the Lumberjacks score on this one, the 2-point try is going to be super important as well. You want to tie it up on this possession. Not let the Badgers have a 1-point lead and try to run the clock out. Going to be a pitch out to Dittman. He's going to try to get the edge. Tries to hurdle a player. He's down to the 5. Picks up 3 yards to the left side. 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line, I believe. And an injured player for the Badgers. We'll take a break while they take a look at him.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, and I'm not sure. They just called a personal foul, I think, against St. Maries. So St. Maries is going to be pushed back outside the 20, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 21-yard line. I'm not sure if that penalty, maybe you're not allowed to hurdle like that in high school ball. Maybe the penalty was against Gerard. I'm not sure. But they're still taking a look at the player for the Badgers. With 5:07 to go on the clock, it's 24-16 Lumberjacks trail. That penalty really hurt St. Maries. It's 3rd and goal from the 21 now. The injured player for the Badgers is getting up, so that's good to see. It is Bradley Bennett, who is a senior for the Badgers. So he is up. But St. Mary's now backed up. So 3rd and goal from the 21 for St. Mary's after that penalty. Well, they show 2nd and goal. I guess that happened during the play, so it's still 2nd down. The Lumberjacks might go more into a pass mode here. They need to get a touchdown, and it's 2nd down, so they got to go. The clock shouldn't be running, I don't think. That's a trick play there. That was snapped, it looked like, directly to Grimaldo. And Julian will get that ball up to the 19. 2-yard pickup up the middle for Julian. Brings up 3rd and 19, 3rd and goal. Clock running down on Lumberjacks here, too. That hurts in a number of ways, that penalty. For one, it makes it a lot longer to get into the end zone, and it also runs more time off the clock. Lumberjacks run 3-receiver set this time. Little pump fake, going to throw across the middle. Caught by Brock Barta. And that'll make things a little bit better on 4th down, but it's still going to be tough. It's going to be up to about the 5. Looks like the 6-yard line. So it's 4th down and goal for the Lumberjacks. From the 6-yard line. So Lumberjacks got to get their play call in. Lumberjacks will have to get a quick stop if they don't get this punched into the end zone. Their only shot here, not at the win, but the only shot here right now is the end zone. They don't have a choice, and now we got a penalty and I think a delay of game. St. Mary's just taking too long. So that'll back the Lumberjacks back to the 11-yard line. 2:55 to go. Man in motion. Brock Barta goes from right to left. Jack looking to throw. He's going to scramble, find some room, looking across. It's caught in the end zone. He finds Brock Barta for the touchdown, going across the back of the end zone. Lumberjacks are a 2-point conversion away from tying it up. Great job by Jack Barta climbing the pocket, avoiding the traffic all around him from the Lumberjack O-line blocking, and they did a tremendous job as well, giving him somewhere to come up in the pocket and finding his brother Brock in the back of the end zone. 22-24, St. Mary's trails, 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Jack has it, looking, he's going to throw it. Oh, it's incomplete, intended for Dittman. Dittman was nursing a little bit of a sore tailbone earlier in the season in practice, and he came down hard on that tailbone. Gets up, walks off gingerly. St. Mary's trails 24-22 with 2:43 to go in the game, and it's going to get interesting here. St. Mary's has got 3 timeouts, I believe, and they will, of course, try the onside kick again. We'll be back.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back, so it's going to come down to it's not going to come down to the onside kick because St. Mary's still has 2:43 to stop the Badgers, obviously. But for St. Mary's, the best thing that can happen can be the first onside recovery for them. The worst thing would be that the Badgers run a little bit of time off the clock and St. Mary's able to get this 4th down stop and get the ball back. But let's see. This is a good finish to this game. I just wish it was tied, honestly. It'd be even more interesting. Still an interesting finish. So Amato gets the Lumberjacks lined up. St. Mary's has clawed their way back into this. It's basically been all St. Mary's in the second half. Going to have Julian kick that thing down the field. It gets over the head of the Badgers. Coming back to try to fall on it is the number 9, and they'll go all the way to the 10-yard line. That was a good kind of a trick kickoff by St. Mary's, and it'll pin the Badgers all the way back at their own 10. So this is it right here. Lumberjack defense. The Badgers are more than likely going to just run that ball, try to get some first downs and run this clock out. I believe St. Mary's has 3 timeouts. So St. Mary's needs to be getting to that ball at the line of scrimmage, and I'm sure their coach is telling them, grip and rip at that ball. Try to pull that thing out. Try to force a turnover. 2 receivers split out to the top of the formation for the Badgers. Still I formation. Brody Rice under center. Brody takes the snap. hands it off. And a little bit of a hole, but it's going to be Grimaldo and Morris on the tackle. Going to be call it a 3-yard pickup. Lumberjacks not using timeouts yet. They want to try to keep those timeouts and hold the Badgers to that third down. We got Loki Rice needing to get off the field. I think St. Mary's, is they going to have to burn a timeout or nope. I don't know what the official was stopping the play, but Loki dealing with a little bit of an ankle issue earlier in practice. Had a pretty good night last night playing some JV. Now we get a penalty flag. I think might be a sideline warning. I don't think they're going to call the penalty. So a sideline warning for the Badgers. So 2 receivers to the top of the formation for the Badgers. Again, I formation, Brody Rice under center. The snap, handing it off, getting on him is DeFort and dragging him down right about the line of scrimmage. This time I think the Lumberjacks do take that timeout. It's minute 57 to go. Third, and I'm going to say no gain on that play. So 3rd and 7 on their own 13-yard line. Timeout taken by the Lumberjacks. If St. Mary's can get them to 4th down, it's not going to give the Jacks a lot of time, but that's why you work on the 2-minute drills. You're listening to the home of Lumberjack Sports, 1240 KOFE, St. Mary's. And remember, Lumberjacks on the road next week again on the way to Kellogg to take on league opponent, the Wildcats. Good luck to all the Lumberjacks tomorrow. The soccer teams will be up here in Bonners Ferry. Games begin at noon. And the volleyball team will be at the Judy Fong tournament over in Lewiston. So good luck to the volleyball and soccer players for their weekend action. 3rd and 6. Lumberjacks want to get the stop here, obviously. I mean, ideally, you want to strip that ball out and get it on the 10-yard line, 15-yard line, so you don't have to go the length of the field. 1 receiver to each side for the Badgers. First time I think we've seen them do that. Rice under center, I formation behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off, and again to Hyatt, and Hyatt's going to get the first down, I think. And he is going to pick up that first down. Didn't see who made the tackle. So that's going to make things tough for St. Mary's. I think they still have 2 timeouts, but now you're definitely looking to try to get that turnover, trying to strip that ball out. Same look for the Badgers. 1 receiver each side. Brody under center, watching that back judge for the count on time. Takes the snap, hands it off. That was handed to the fullback. A nice, powerful run by the 22 of Solt. Picks up, looks like 6. Ooh, maybe more than that. Give him 8. Timeout by the Lumberjacks with 1:10 to go. 2nd and 2 for the Badgers. This is 1 more first down, and it's definitely game. And you hate to always trying to take the positives out of a loss, but you've got to do so. Lumberjacks went down 24-0 in the first half. They've shut out the Badgers in the second half, and they were a 2-point conversion away from tying things up. And that's why I said that 2-point conversion was so important to get, and everybody knows that. I mean, I'm not telling anybody out there anything they don't know, obviously. With only under 3 minutes to go, that 2-point conversion was big because then you've got the Badgers spreading their offense out a little more, trying to get a go-ahead touchdown before the end of the game, so they take a little bit more risk. Now they've got the Badgers just trying to grind out those first downs to get to the end of the game. One receiver to the near side, I formation for the Badgers. Rice under center. Really the only hope for Lumberjack now is a turnover, a quick snap. And Lumberjacks weren't quite ready for that, and the quarterback keeps it. I think he picks up 3 or 4 up the middle, only needed 2. So it should be 1st and 10, and the Lumberjacks, I think, take a timeout. They're basically forcing the Badgers one more, basically, offensive play. 1 or 2. I mean, if they get, they've got this one play. I don't know. The Badgers may not even have to run that play. They've got 4 downs. They can probably just kneel on it now. They got 4 downs, take a couple of knees. St. Mary's has no more timeouts. Again, a valiant effort. Good second half for the Lumberjacks offensively and defensively. And maybe a little bit of a gift from the officials. I'm going to have to really look at that pass or that play again on that fumble that St. Mary's returned. Looks like the Badgers are in that victory formation. They will take a knee. So the Badgers will get their first win of the season. They will go to 1-2 on the year. St. Mary's will go to 0-2 with a big league game coming up next week. 24-22 in favor of the Badgers. We'll take a break and come back and give you the halftime or the statistics for this game and wrap things up.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjack.
Now we are back here at Kenny Mendenhall Field or Stadium. The Lumberjacks put on a great show in the second half, come up 2 points short of 3 points short of the win, 2 points short of tying it up and maybe sending this to the old tiebreaker rules that they use for high school football. A good job by the Lumberjacks in that second half, though I will say they don't have a lot to hang their heads on this one. They just had a really bad first half, came out in the second half, put their heads down, chopped away, got 2 quick scores in that third quarter, and man, they scored that touchdown on 4th and a goal from about the 6. Just needed that 2-point conversion to hit money or pay dirt, and they could have tied this thing up. But the Lumberjacks fall to 0-2 on the season, and the Badgers improved to 1-2 on the year. Taking a look at some stats here, St. Mary's, it was all St. Mary's in the second half, honestly. Total plays, 48 for the Lumberjacks, 53 for Bonners Ferry. St. Mary's total 215 yards, the Badgers 282. St. Mary's had 50 passing yards, Bonners Ferry with 97. St. Mary's had 170 rushing yards and 195 for the Badgers. St. Mary's didn't have a lot of yards in that first half, so they picked things up. First downs for St. Mary's, 13. First downs for the Badgers, 18. Bonners Ferry came out on the short end of the stick on turnovers. They lost 2 fumbles tonight. St. Maries had no turnovers except for turnovers on downs. Both teams had 6 penalties roughly. There's a couple that didn't get inputted because sometimes it gets tricky to input penalties, both for about 40 yards. So pretty even on the penalty yardage. Didn't really hurt badly either side too much. It did kind of a couple times, just depended on the situation of the way we're in. Individually for St. Maries, we'll just go over the Lumberjack stats. Julian Grimaldo had the rushing yardage tonight, 7 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. Gerard Dittman had 14 carries for 48 yards, and Brock Barta had 6 carries for 20. Jack Barta had 5 carries for 12. Passing, Jack Barta was 4 for 14 for 45 yards. It says here, he said 50-something in the other stats. 1 touchdown, 15 long for the completions. Nothing big tonight in that category. Receiving, Julian had 2 catches for 26 yards. Brock had 2 catches for 24 yards. Brock had a touchdown tonight. Defensively, Julian had 5 tackles, 3 assists. Donnie Morris, 4 tackles, 2 assists. Xavier had 3 tackles with an assist. Gerard had 2 tackles, 2 assists. DeFort, 2 tackles, 5 assists. 65 is Cody Mitchell, had a couple of tackles tonight. Aiden Yearout had a tackle with 3 assists. Alan Wise had 1 and 1. Harple had 1 and 44. I don't have a 40. Oh, 44. That's Aiden. I did that for 0 for Amato. Had basically, I think, 2 tackles. Our Taco Ballot player of the game tonight, we never get these guys as a player of the game, so it's really cool to see it. His name got called a lot in that second half. He was pretty big in some of those stops in the second half. Didn't necessarily lead the team in tackles, but you don't normally see these D linemen getting into the backfield and making tackles. Donnie Morris, number 99, shed several blockers and made several tackles in the backfield tonight. It doesn't show us tackles for loss, but I know there was a couple of them that were for loss or no gain. So Donnie Morris gets our Taco Ballot player of the game with 4 tackles, 2 assists tonight unofficially. We got to go back through those stats and double check on all that, but a good job by Donnie Morris tonight. And the KOFE Radio Taco Ballot player of the game goes to him. Our schedule next week, on the road to Kellogg. Lumberjacks take on CIL opponent, the Wildcats. We'll have that game here on KOFE, 6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Go Lumberjacks as they fall tonight, though, 24-22 in a tough battle with the Badgers. Have a great evening and a great weekend.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Maries, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, we have head coach Greg
time,
Rouse.
as always, go Lumberjacks! If you know what
hero will be there. Hero will be there. A hero will be there.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night, or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet, to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Triple X Feeds in St. Maries is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. XXX Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. XXX Feeds, a proud Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsor.
This is KOFE 1240 with a county line fire update. This fire is between Kootenai and Benoit counties. This fire is between Worley and Plummer, currently at 150 acres in size. The evacuation orders have been updated. Evacuation order level 3 for Bronco Road near county line. Level 3 means get out now. Evacuation order warning level 2 is now set. Be set and ready to go at